knockout elimination final. It is going to be absolutely massive, and I know that we are on. We just sort this out here, move this bad boy over here. Hey guys, how you going? Today on BKR Sport. Oh my gosh. Sydney Roosters, South Sydney Rabbitohs. Elimination final. Whoever loses this is gone. Whoever wins this plays the Sharks next week, I think at Allianz, but it could also be at Shark Park. I don't know if the NRL will allow them to have that capacity there. It's obviously not a big stadium, Shark Park, so I'm not too sure if they'll have it at Allianz or at Shark Park, but I guess if the Roosters win, maybe they take it to a course, so it takes it away from that being a home final for the team who's actually technically the away team. But enough about that. We're not there yet. We are here for the final game of week one, and it's been a crazy week one so far, and the Roosters and Rabbitohs, the longest standing rivalry in the game, culturally, historically, it's just absolutely massive, locally, everything you can name, these two teams embody that in a rivalry, and when it comes down to the do or die, you just never know who is going to win this game. Last week, obviously, we did see the Roosters take on the Rabbitohs in the last game of the season in the new Allianz Stadium, and the Roosters did win. They started pretty well, they were pretty good, but in the same sense, the Rabbitohs came home strong in the end. I don't think the Rabbitohs had their best game, but they still stuck in the game. So be very careful about the Rabbitohs today. And like I said, when you know it's all on the line, shit gets pretty crazy. Look at the Storm versus Raiders game yesterday when the Storm got knocked out and Canberra went through to week number 2 to take on the Parramatta Squeals next week. So in this game, guys, we've got a couple of players out. We've also got a couple of players in, but I think it's mainly in here for the Rabbitohs. Actually, no, the Roosters and Rabbitohs both have play. Actually, no, there's no outs really for the Rabbitohs. They've actually got just two massive ins here. Let's get into the two team lineups here, guys. The game is still about an hour away. We've just gone on really early here because I want to sit here, chat with you guys, get excited about the game, get a bit of oomph behind it, baby. Get a bit of oomph behind it. We didn't see any oomph into the Sharks-Cowboys game until that second half, and buddy, we felt some oomph there, baby. That's for sure. But guys, smash that thumbs up button. We're going to hit 100 likes in this stream. I reckon we aim for 150 likes on the Roosters Rabbitohs stream. I reckon we aim for 150 likes on this stream. So go and smack that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Get your tips in the chat. Let us know who you think is going to win. And let's get to the two team lineups. So for the Roosters today, Adam Keighran, Daniel Tupou, Joseph Suaalii, and Victor Radley. Big ins there. They all come in with Fletcher Baker, Joey Manu, whoa, that's a big out, and Oliver Gilder going out from the team. James Tedesco, he is the fullback today with Daniel Tupou and Joseph Suaalii on the wings. Paul Moravsky and Drew Hutchison in the centres with Luke Keary and Sammy Walker in the halves. And obviously they had a bit of criticism early on this season, but really fired home. Warrior Hargraves with Siad Sakiaho in the front row. Sammy Verrills into the number 9 with Angus Crichton and Nat Butcher in the back row. Could this be Sammy Verrills' last game for the Roosters? Obviously he is going to the Gold Coast Titans next season, so if they get knocked out here, he'll be on the next flight up to the GC. Victor Radley, he'll be in the lock position today with Connor Watson, Egan Butcher, Adam Keighran, and Matty Lodge as the interchange, with Kevin Aguama and Terrell May as the 18th and 19th man replacement. Moving on to the Rabbitohs here. Massive ins. Campbell Graham and Damien Cook come in, and also alongside this, Cameron Murray did play last week, but he was out very early there, so he actually is allowed to play this game. Massive ins there for the Rabbitohs. So I'd say that Cameron Murray is actually still technically an in here for the Rabbits. Peter Mamazelis is the only one who does go out. Latrell Mitchell, Latrell Mitt is going to have a big game today. Last week, a bit quiet, but tell you what, he's been loud on the media this week, and I think he knows what he's doing. Surely you're not complaining about the fans and don't realise that you're going to actually get more hate this week. It's probably actually there to fire him up. I think he knows what he's doing there, the old Trell Mitt. So let's see if he can have a big one today, and I really feel like he will. Alex Johnson and Tane Milne on the wings with Isaiah Tass and Campbell Graham in the centres. I do like that. Centre pairing there. Tass, maybe not the best centre in the world, but Campbell Graham, one of the best defensive centres in the game, and he's a massive inclusion here for the Rabbitohs. Cody Walker is alongside Lachlan Ilias in the 6 and 7. Now, Ilias is going to have to do a lot better of a job this week. I think it was against Crichton that he was getting monstered last week. It's kind of what's going to happen, though, as a small-bodied halfback there. He's going to have to really get some defense going here tonight, and he's going to need some help from his back rowers, his front rowers, to really protect him. You know, he needs some protection, and he's going to need someone like a Kolomatangi to really help him out in this regard. Tavita Totola and Marky Nichols in the front row there, with Damien Cook coming back into the number 9. Siliva Havili, serviceable maybe, but Damien Cook is the guy, and he's going to prove to you today why he wants to play for Australia at the Rugby League World Cup. Obviously, you've got Harry Grant there, you've got Ben Hunt there, but Damien Cook, there's a reason why he's normally the best hooker in the game. This year hasn't been his greatest, but watch out for him today at the dummy half. Keon Kolomatangi and Jai Arrow as the back row, with Cameron Murray into the lock. Cody Nikorima, Hame Sele, Thomas Burgess, and Siliva Havili on the interchange, with Jackson Paulo and Michael Cheekham on the 18th and 19th man replacement. So, guys, who do I tip here? Obviously, you saw my tipping video. I did take the Rabbitohs. I'm 1 from 3. I actually found out the Guru, well, I was talking to Guru last night. I found out that he's also 1 from 3. He did the exact same tips as me. Actually, the entirety of the exact same tips as me. So we both took the Panthers. We both took the Sharkies in that blinder of a game last night. And then we also both took the Storm. So both the Sharkies and Storm did lose to the Raiders and Cowboys. So right now, I need the Rabbitohs to win here. Otherwise, I'm doing another punishment next week. I'll do my punishment from last week in the next 20 minutes or so. But yeah, I get the feeling the Rabbitohs bounce back here. I do. I get the feeling the Rabbitohs bounce back. But then again, throughout half the season, obviously you guys know me, I've been saying Roosters to make the grand final all the way since halfway through the season, when people kept saying the Roosters are not going to even be making the finals. I backed him in. I said a good enough team. I said that their defense is a lot better than you give them credit for, and their attack is firing. When Sammy Verrills came back to that team, the form switched around. But I'm going my gut. This is a game you have to go with your gut. There is no key solution to this team that's going to win. No way on this game can you guarantee a win from either of these two teams. It is a rivalry. It is a historical, massive game here, and it's an elimination. I'm going to go with my gut at the Rabbitohs, but obviously, the Roosters are favourites for a reason. So, like I said, guys, let's get to 150 likes on this stream. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here, and let's get into the chat, baby. Let's get into the chat, baby. Here we go. Let me just sort this out here, and then let's see what you guys are saying. Okay, there we go. Let's move that up. Alrighty. Bright Number says it's alright for the Sharks. Chooks fans don't show up anyway. Your says the Sharks will play at a core, surely. You would assume if they can't play at Shark Park, they would take the game to a core. Yeah, because obviously if they took it to Allianz... But then again, if they play the Rabbitohs, you'd take it to a core. Oh, would you? Because Rabbitohs, that's closer to their area, realistically. That's why they also want a core to be their home... Allianz to be their home ground. So... it's a really interesting one, actually. It's a really interesting one because if they take on the Rabbitohs, their technical home ground is a core. But if they take on the Roosters, their technical home ground is Allianz. If I was the Sharks, I probably would say a more neutral venue would more than likely be a core. However, Allianz is obviously closer to Cronulla as well because it's out that way. A core is a little bit out to the western side. At Lidcombe Way. So, yeah, it's interesting to see how it gets played out for next week with the Sharkies taking on whoever wins here. I do think it may come down to the actual winner here. But then again, they would have probably booked it already. I don't know. I really don't know. Playing Rugby says, go to Bunnies. Hi, BK. Hello, mate. How you doing? Sachin Kelton says, kind of Bunnies. Don't let the dog Matt Lodge progress in the finals. Yeah, so obviously a lot of the Warriors fans will be getting behind the Bunnies today because they don't want to see Matty Lodge getting successful. I can understand it. I can see it. I get why. He is a bit of a dickhead, to be honest with you. But, yeah, I have dead set genuinely tipped the Rabbitohs here, but it's going to be such a banging game. This will be the game of the round. I know Sharks Cowboys had everything yesterday, but this will be the game of the round. It just surely should be. Andrew Harker says, go South. Alex says, we want the biff this game. I reckon we will. I reckon we will get the biff in this game. You can't have a rivalry like this with so much expectation, so much pressure, so much fan support. Everyone in Australia who watches rugby leagues watching this, you're probably still going to get a few people who aren't even rugby league fans watching it because there is no AFL on right now. You're going to have New Zealand, you're going to have people getting up in England for it, you're going to have people getting up in the USA for it at a ridiculous time. So, it's going to be an absolute massive day here with so many eyes on this game, and I'm really looking forward to it. Boo the Roosters playing rugby says. Andrew Harger says, do you mean go South? I don't know who you're talking to. Tommy says, brown paper Muppets versus the unemployed Muppets. Sammy says his game should be good as the previous ones this weekend so far. So the Panthers-Eels, funnily enough, was actually a disappointment overall. It just never really got it going. I guess it was good for maybe 50, 60 minutes, but then the Eels collapsed once Mitchell Moses went down, and also they lost guys like Sean Lane and the likes with HIA. It's actually really weird to say, but the grand final this year is going to have one of the Raiders, the Eels, or the Cowboys. They're the only three teams that can make it from that side of the draw. It's crazy to think that Parramatta, North Queensland, or Canberra are going to be guaranteed the grand final this year. So, with that being said, the Cowboys, Raiders, and Eels, that's three fresh teams realistically. I get the Cowboys won in 2015, but that's a world away from what we know now. The Eels and the Raiders, Eels haven't won in 36 years. The Raiders haven't won in about 29 years. There is going to be at least someone in the grand final who everyone can kind of get behind as this is a fresh team to maybe win it for a change. Obviously, the Panthers are going to be on the other side. Roosters, Rabbitohs. I think the Rabbitohs are still a bit of a fresh feel, but the Roosters are not a fresh feel, obviously. And then you got the Sharkies, who would be also a bit of a fresh feel. So it's working out to be a pretty good final series here, where you're definitely going to have someone that you don't necessarily, I guess, hate in the final, and you can actually support one of those two teams when it gets to the big GF in a couple of weeks' time. 80 Minute for Life says, Roosters 1 12, Latrell Mitchell anytime try scored, Sam Walker man of the match. Get one somebody else says Roosters 26, Rabbitohs 25. Dane DeVito says, come on, South, it's going to be a crazy game. Kane V. Paris says, Latrell Mitchell 2 tries today. I don't know about 2 tries. It's possible, don't get me wrong. It's absolutely possible. He's an absolute machine of a player. I don't know about 2 tries, though. I could definitely see him getting a try, though. I could definitely see him getting a try after last week and then just absolutely getting in the faces of the Chookies boys. But 2 times, two tries is going to be a little bit too much there. A little bit too much. Office Sam says Cowboys vs Roosters grand final. I really can't see the Panthers not making it, man. And that's me going against the Sharkies there too. Like, I just can't see the Panthers not making it. And I can't see the Panthers not winning it. I think the only team right now that can beat the Panthers is the Eels. Or maybe the Roosters. I think they're the only 2 teams that can beat them. Because last night, you go and have a look at that game between the Sharkies and the Cowboys. Regardless of the winner there, the winning team still conceded over 30 points. That's a lot of points to concede. The Sharks and Cowboys didn't finish off the season that great. That game last night was fantastic between 2 teams that, are able to win, but yeah, they give up points. And even though the Sharkies and Cowboys have been good defensively at most points this season, that was a pretty poor defensive effort there from both those teams last night. So I think the Panthers would have been loving that. Also the fact that the Panthers are fresh, man. The Eels game wouldn't have taken too much out of them. It wasn't as physical as I was expecting it to be. They get the week off. They'll take on the winner of the Sharkies / Roosters Rabbitohs. And I think the Panthers are going to have a pretty cruisy way to the grand final. Maybe if they play the Roosters or the Sharkies, it'll be a bit, like, if they play the Roosters Sharkies, then maybe there'll be a bit of physicality in it. But I just don't see the Rabbitohs being able to match it with Panthers, and I really don't see the Cowboys being able to match it with them either. And definitely, but the only other team on that side of the draw that I see can is the Eels. I'm really happy with the Raiders yesterday. Really happy they won. Had a comment from a Raiders fan who just didn't really appreciate, obviously, that I think that his team is making up the numbers. I do think you're making up the numbers, and I think that a lot of teams here are still making up the numbers. Just because you win yesterday doesn't mean that you're now a premiership threat. You beat the Storm, who have been really lackluster this year. There was a reason why everyone was saying, maybe the Raiders win this one. I did like the Raiders yesterday, though. I did see them play pretty well for the most part. But overall, just because they had a fantastic win yesterday, doesn't mean that I think that they can take down the Panthers. But I would actually like to see the Raiders win this year. I really would. I would like to see the Raiders win this year for Canberra. Obviously, they had a harsh one 3 years ago where they got robbed of an opportunity against the Roosters. And it'd be fantastic if we saw Raiders versus Roosters in the grand final. I think it's a bit of a weird matchup in the same sense. That'd be absolutely wild if we got to see that matchup again, because it's possible. Roosters, if they won this game, would take on the Sharks. If they won that game, they'd take on the Panthers, and then they'd go in the grand final. The Raiders would beat the Eels and the Cowboys. I don't see that happening, but look, obviously, it would be insane if that did end up happening. Andrew Harker says South 26, Roosters 20. High scoring game, definitely don't mind it. Eggman says, I'm going with the Roosters because it's my cousin's and uncle's favourite team. Good stuff, mate. Jay says, Viva la Mejor. That's crazy if they do win this year, bro. That is crazy if they do win this year. But like I said, I think Cowboys fans know what I'm talking about in regards to the defense last night. They really need to improve. They're going to go up against a team like the Penrith Panthers. And I get the feeling, if the Eels beat the Raiders next week, which is no guarantee considering the Eels are known bottlers in the week 2, but I think this is a bit of the dream run here for the Eels. I think the Eels have actually received a dream run to the grand final, because if they had won, they would have been on the same side of the draw with the Roosters, Rabbitohs and the Sharkies. I think that the Eels would get done by these three teams. I think they would, but I think that the Eels can do the Cowboys because they match up well with them, and I do think they can definitely beat the Raiders. So this is a bit of a dream run for the Eels. I think the Eels should be chirping, even though they lost. I think they should be chirping about their run to the grand final. Andrew said, but it's still not easy. But I'm just saying, it's the probably better scenario, I would say, for the Eels overall. Andrew Harkins says, my son is going away with his nan and his auntie this weekend. Okay. Flex Storm says, can't see them making. Can't see who making. Eggman said, I'm a Stormer supporter, but the Raiders have no chance against the Panthers, but they have a chance against the others. I think that, they've got a chance against the Eels, but I think that the only reason I think they've got a chance because the Eels are known bottlers in the week too. I think if we're talking about matchup-wise, I'm thinking the Eels are going to slap them. But I think that based on the fact that historically speaking, the Eels always struggle in that week too, that's why I have my doubt. But in the same sense, the Eels are still a better team than the Raiders. And look, the Eels put a score through the Storm this year, so did the Panthers. The Storm weren't at their best this year, and they're definitely on the regression. Are they going to regress too much further than where they are right now? Hard to tell, but they're definitely on the regression rather than the progression. Flex Storms, I feel like Storm are going to be in the top 2 next year. I disagree completely and utterly. I think that is an absolutely absurd take. I think that's an absurd take. They're losing Brandon Smith. Pappenhausen, will he ever come back from that knee injury? They're losing a lot of players. Jesse Bromwich, Felice Kafusi, Kenneth Bromwich. They're losing a lot of players next year, dude, and I disagree with you completely. Wisdom Pelican says, who have you got winning? I have a 16-14 win for the Roosters. Yeah, I think it might be a bit more of a low-scoring game. I disagree, Flex Storm. I disagree. But you're a Storm fan, so obviously you're going to be biased towards your team. I have no interest. I have no care factor for the Storm. If they win, cool. If they don't, cool. So I'm giving you a non-biased opinion here, and I completely and utterly disagree with you. I think you're absolutely on the down, not the up. And Craig Bellamy is on his way out as well. And there's no guarantee that you actually re-sign Munster as well. So, it's going to be... I disagree with you. But you're entitled to your opinion. But then again, you are also a Storm fan, so you're always going to say that. Eggman says, Flex Storm has a chance that we will lose the Bromwich Bros and Felice Kafusi and Cheese are going to be gone next year. And like I said, the Munster contract is still hanging above their heads, and I think Munster's just waiting out his time to see what goes on here in regards to the Storm going forward, and also what the Dolphins can offer. The Dolphins can offer a lot of money, man. The Dolphins can offer a lot of money. And Craig Bellamy has openly said that I think next year is his last year. So does Cameron Munster want to sign on for a next contract that doesn't involve Bellamy? Yes, Billy Slater obviously could be a good coach. We've only seen him in one Origin series, and I guarantee you a lot of you guys could probably win an Origin series with the best of the best, right? So I want to see what Billy Slater can do in multiple series. He did well in his first year, but there's a lot still to be seen with Billy Slater. It's too fresh, too early, but everyone's always on the hype wagon. The hype wagon is Billy Slater. I get it. He could be great, but he had the best of the best in Queensland. So, does Mal Meninga translate to being the best coach in the game if he goes to the NRL level? I don't necessarily believe so. But we haven't actually really seen it. So, and I think there's a reason for that. Get watching it. Sorry, I was looking at Joe Manu. I thought that was Sammy Verrills injured there. For a second, but they're just showing Joe Manu. We've got about 40 minutes to go here until the game does get kicked off here, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Bang, bang, bang. Subscribe if you're new around here. It's going to be an absolutely massive day here. So definitely hit that big old subscribe button and the thumbs up. We hit 19,000 subscribers yesterday. Now we're on our way to 20k. Get watching about your Mouse and Storm finish 6th and 9th next year. I think they make the 8th. I'll go 5th to 8th. Anywhere from 5th to 8th for me. Eggman says, but we do have Tarek Simpson next year. I'm a Storm supporter, but I don't think he's going to be enough. Look, a back row is fine, or a lock is fine, but you need to really be looking towards more so your... I really don't know about Pappenhausen coming back. I really don't know how he's going to go, because that's a big, serious injury to have and to come back from. That's a really, really significant injury to come back from in regards to just completely shattering his knee there. So, bless up the big fella. Even thinking about the injury that he had, it hurts. Literally, it hurt me as I was saying that just then, thinking about that injury. But, yeah, it's going to be tough for him to come back, man. It's not going to be easy. Jacob Toby says, I reckon the Roosters will be top 2 next year with the addition of Smith. I have actually been a bit doubtful of Smith at the end of the season. I think that he's actually been relatively poor to finish off the year in comparison to what we know he can be. Maybe if he goes to the Roosters, he'll work, but I honestly think they're losing a big player in Sammy Verrills. I know they get Smith in, but I think Sammy Verrills is so underrated, and I've been saying this for years, well before he went to the Titans. I've been saying that Sammy Verrills is incredibly underrated, so I think they're going to really miss him. And Brandon Smith is a very different player. They've got Connor Watson there, but he's just so safe there, Sammy Verrills. He's so safe. And when he came back, look at their form since come back. Blake says, who you cheering for? I'm not cheering for anybody, mate. I'm not cheering for anybody, but I have tipped the Rabbitohs. But honestly, I'm just cheering for a good game, mate. Honestly, I could not care less who wins this game. I just want it to be a good game. Bit of biffo, bit of controversy, bit of tries, bit of defense. You know, how we going? How we going on a nice little Sunday afternoon here? Get why somebody now says Simmons is an average player. Completely disagree. I don't believe he's an average player. I think he's not the greatest player ever, but he's definitely a good player. Brighton Robert says, what about Storm in the 8 next year? No, I disagree. Get my saying about your mouse says Pappenhausen will come back. Yeah, he'll come back, but I don't know if he'll be able to. People don't realise this. Injuries prevent you from having the confidence, right? Confidence is what screws you. And it's not necessarily the actual feeling of the injury. It's the fact that you believe it can happen again. You see it all the time. Kevin Gordon is a perfect example of this as the Titans winger back in 2011, 2010. Unbelievable. Probably one of the best wingers in the game at the time. One of the best wingers in the game at the time, Kevin Gordon and David Mee on 2 wings there for the Titans. He was the fastest guy in the game. Kevin Gordon was the fastest player in the NRL. He did his ACL. I was down there in Melbourne when he did it against the Storm. He did his ACL, never came back from it. I remember one time, it was a game, he came back, it was a year or so, maybe 6 months after or so, and he played a game on the Gold Coast. I think it might have been the Raiders or it could have been Rabbitohs. I'm not too sure. But it was on the Gold Coast, and he made a break. And you would normally say, guaranteed, it's a try. And this was the last seconds of the game. This was to win the game. As soon as Kevin Gordon makes a break, you would assume straight away he's going to score a try. But because he did that injury, he didn't have the confidence in himself. I knew Gordy quite well back in the day. And he lost a lot of his confidence and soon after, exited the league, didn't come back. So yeah, look, it was tough there for Kevy G. And that's just kind of what happens when you have serious injuries like that. And Pappenhausen's one is... I could nearly argue it's worse in regards to confidence because you just feel that knee shattering every time. But in the same sense, an ACL is lengthwise probably worse. But the way that Pappenhausen did it against the Raiders back about 2-3 months ago was brutal. It was brutal. Robert M, member for 15 months. Look at him go. Member for 15 months. That's absolutely wild. If Bunnies win, do they play Sharks at PointsBet? Like we said before, I really don't know, mate. It depends. If Bunnies win, they probably take it to Allianz. If Roosters win, they probably take it to Core. I don't think the Sharks will be allowed to have that capacity for a big knockout elimination game. That wasn't an elimination game last night, and also I think that they probably would have got an elimination game for week 1, but week 2, 3, and 4 are a lot bigger, right? A lot bigger. So there's a lot to still still be decided in regards to which stadium it'll be at. I don't even know if they've mentioned it yet. Hype Edit says, hi, can you say hi please? Hello mate, how you doing? New sub, good on you man, appreciate you for tuning in. Who you going for today? Memphis says the NTP heck, I don't know what that means. Flex Storm says, I said Cowboys come last. Now look at them. I did too, mate. But you just gotta man up in a minute. You know, everyone did. A lot of people did. Majority of people in the NRL community did because before the season, it's all well and good in hindsight, guys. You can come out and say, oh, the Cowboys to win the comp, blah, 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 blah. It's like, why would you say last? Before the season started, it was fair enough and warranted for the Cowboys to be in the bottom 4. They came 15th last year. They added in a Chad Townsend who didn't look good at the end days of his Cronulla time, and also he didn't look great at the Warriors. They signed Dearden, who just didn't really work out at the Broncos at all, and Scott Drinkle wasn't in form at all. You know, they were an average team. In hindsight, you can look back and say the Cowboys were a fantastic team, but it's like you're only saying that now because you've seen this year. If you go back to when we were then, right? You go back to where we were then, whether it's myself or Kemp or Guru or Clarkey or literally you or anybody, right? The NRL commentary and analysts, we were not incorrect in our assumption that they could do the exact same things they did last year. This has been a phenomenal turnaround here for the Cowboys. They've proven so many people wrong. But you can't tell me that it was ridiculous to put them down there when every man and his dog had them down there, and last year that's where they were. So yes, you admit you're wrong, but you also, I'm not having a go at you by the way, I'm just responding in general, but you also have to understand that hindsight is a thing. The only reason people think and laugh back at those predictions now is because of hindsight. Because at the time, it was fair enough, it was warranted. And next year, we could say the same thing about the Titans, or we could say the same thing about the Warriors, or we could say the same thing about the Tigers, for example. What if they signed someone who really works out? Chad Townsend was a key playmaker signing for the Cowboys. It didn't look like it was going to work out, but it has. Simple as that. Simple as that. You don't hide from it. You don't hide from your prediction. Predictions are incredibly hard things to make, you know. The only difference between myself and you is that I do it publicly rather than everyone else who does it privately. But I don't hide from my predictions, man. I don't hide. If I get them wrong, I get them wrong. I just love the game and I love what we do here. And you're going to get some wrong from time to time. Not everyone thought the Panthers would make the grand final. And no one thought 3-4 years ago that the Panthers were going to be in the position they are right now. Things change pretty quickly. This is why I say people say, oh, I don't think this team's going to win for 5 years. 5 years is a long time. 5 years is a long time rugby league. 5 years ago, the Panthers were shit house. 5 years ago, that was just after the Sharkies. 5 years ago, Thurston was still there. Thurston was still at the Cowboys 5 years ago. How long ago does that feel like now? So that's what I'm saying. I feel avoided the defeat this weekend. Shut up, Daniel Bate. You avoided defeat last weekend, you muppet. How dare you? How dare you remind me of it? Get one down. Email says they won't play a semi-final with a stadium that can hold 12k people. It's more than 12k, isn't it? It's more than 12. It's like 18, isn't it? Is it only 12,000 Shark Park? I know it's a small stadium, but that's a really small stadium. Eggman says Pappenhausen is I don't understand why they didn't upgrade the facilities. Why would you not upgrade the stadium, considering you want to host finals games there? You've spent the last 2 years upgrading and basically replenishing Shark Park. Why would you not add more seats? You've got a vast amount of space there at Shark Park. I have no idea why they wouldn't have thought about this, or they did think about it. I don't know who said, no, let's not do it. Eggman says Pappenhausen is a tremendous fullback, but then gets injured a lot. He still has the speed, but if he keeps getting injured, he will be close to a medical retirement. I don't know if he's even close to medical retirement, but, there's players in the NFL who are very similar to Pappenhausen who, once an ACL or a big injury like that happens, they just don't come back from it. Look at Cam Akers. He was a big running back coming from the draft, and Akers looked like he was going to be the next big thing. Did his ACL last season, and now he's completely out and screwed everyone in fantasy. By the way, guys, don't forget, tomorrow morning at 3 a.m, we're going to be doing an NFL Red Zone stream. If you're not subscribed to BK Sport USA, get across there right now. The moderators are going to drop a link to BK Sport USA in the chat right now. We're getting close to 400 subscribers, I think. We're on our way to 400 subscribers now. So go and hit that subscribe button on BK Sport USA, and we'll be streaming all the NFL action tomorrow. Carla Jervis says, it was very weird how the Cowboys found their form. I just think Todd Payton had it. Oh, and also another thing is Todd Payton was not confident, had no confidence after the Warriors and then last season. So a lot of people, if the Cowboys had got off to a really bad start, they would have sacked him. But obviously he turned it around very quickly, and now they're definitely thankful they didn't sack him. Eggman says the Tigers, the Titans, the Warriors are probably going to surprise the NRL soon. They might end up at top. I disagree with Tigers. Titans and Warriors do have that ability to surprise, especially the Titans with the signings of Kieran Foran and Sammy Verrills. Get my wife's name. So I think Dragons can win a comp in the next 7 or so years. Firstly, ridiculous comment, because 7 years, you have no idea what's happening in 7 years, and that's past a rebuild plan, that. And secondly, you're a Dragons fan, so of course you're going to say that. But thirdly, you're not even in a rebuild yet. You haven't gone into the rebuild. So the Dragons, for me, if I was to give you an honest answer and use your time frame, I would say no. I would dead set say no. And I think it might be a bit ridiculous to say, but you need to go into a rebuild. So you have refused to go into a rebuild for years. When I did that review of the NRL, the bottom 8 teams last week, I had Dragons fans predominantly coming on and agreeing with my response in regards to the Dragons season this year. Right? I don't believe that you are going to win anything in the next 5 years if you don't go into a rebuild. If you do not go into a rebuild, I think the Dragons are done. I really think that you guys are going to continuously linger around that edge of the top 8, 9 through 14. If Ben Hunt's not there, you go 16 this year, just straight up. So I disagree. I completely disagree with you. But that's your opinion, and you're entitled to your opinion, but you're also a Dragons fan, so I can see why you would say that. But I just don't think that you have the talent right now, and I think you need to completely just bomb the team and start afresh. I think you do, and a lot of Dragons fans did agree with me on that video. Am I right? Not necessarily. It's just my opinion. But I definitely can't see the Dragons winning anytime soon if they do not realise where they are at as a team. Damien Sol says, how do you feel about the Rays winning against the Storm? Please answer this. I was streamed it. You can definitely check it out. It was amazing for the Raiders. It was amazing. But if you you can see my reaction to the game. Carla Bailey Fowler says, I didn't even have Sharks top 8. I had them at the lower half. I had the Sharks in 8th. I had the Rabbits in 7th. I had the Titans in 6th. I had Manly in 5th. I had Parramatta in 4th. That was correct. 3rd was the Panthers. Second was the Storm, and first was the Roosters. I think that's why I went with my top 8 before the season started. Playing rugby, I don't really care who wins, mate. I just want a good game here. We're about 25 minutes away here, guys. 25 minutes away. You've been kicking off. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Let's get it. Come on. Come on. Sachin Kelson says, I think the Warriors can win the comp in 568 years. Might be too soon, though. Definitely too soon for me. I'm thinking at least on the 1,000-year marker. I think on the 1,000-year marker. I think that, I think that 568 years is a little bit too soon. David Soul says, if Warrior, you don't need to say answer this question, brother. Like, I read as many comments as I can, man. You know, you just got to be patient with me. There's a lot of comments coming through. Obviously, it's a big game. And if you think it's getting fast now, you wait until the actual game starts. But if the Warriors and Titans win the grand final, who do you think will win? Well, we beat them the last 3 times in a row. We beat them 44-0 last year, beat them twice this year, 20-18, and also 27-26. So I'll pick the Titans there. Dasmate says, the Dragons let Shaz Woods, a 55-year-old, wash forward a player option. That says it all. It says it all. It says it all. You know, they allowed Sharon Woods to have a player option to play for next year. That was wild. Aaron Woods is not going to... He's not going to say no if you offer him a contract that said, we're going to have a team option for next year. He's not going to say no because no one club wants him. So, like, why? Why would you give the player the benefit in that situation? 80 Minute for Life says, do you think the Tigers should base themselves at Western Sydney or the Inner West? I think, where's that come from? Tommy says, I'm sure Dragons would rather sign Scott Morrison than go on a rebuild. I don't even know what that comment is, to be honest, either. Get Wise Matt says, I agree on Maguire, McCulloch, and Mbai. Well, so McCulloch is going to retire. McCulloch is a fine one. Josh Maguire's a wanker. Mbai, yes, that's another one. But McCulloch, at least with Maguire, although he's an absolute POS, he was at the time they signed him a good player to sign for their experience and for a bit of grunt in the pack. McCulloch was a good signing at the time, but still a little bit agey. But McCulloch will still get through a lot of tackles, so he wasn't terrible. Fraga Destroyer says, how was Valentine Holmes' drop goal last night? Amazing. 45-metre field goal is just incredible, man. You know, 45 metres to win by 2 was an incredible and impressive field goal there, especially to get past his old team. You can easily have those emotions playing for a team, especially when they won the premiership for him. Chad Townsend and Holmes both won a premiership with Cronulla. The game was in Cronulla. You know, it would have been a bit weird for them, but in the same sense, it has been 6 years since then. But overall, you still have the emotions of that day. And with such a momentous occasion for the Cronulla Sharks specifically back then, you would always have that emotions from that day. You know, it was a 50 years drought that they broke, so you always have that emotion. Carl Jervis says, as a Cowboys fan, I think we need to scrap Cohen Hess. I don't think he's been horrific this year. I don't think he's been absolutely horrific this year. He didn't do a great deal last night, but I don't think he's been horrific this year. NBA says Tedesco or Mitchell. Tedesco's the best fullback in the game. Adept King says, who are you calling for this game? I've tipped the Rabbitohs, but I'm not convinced that either tip, man. Like I said, just get a dart board, throw a dart, and have Rabbitohs, Roosters, Rabbitohs, Roosters, Rabbitohs, Roosters, and wherever it lands, go for that tip, because you cannot base anything off last week. You just can't. You can't. Last week was a momentous occasion for the stadium, but it wasn't a momentous occasion in regards to anything else, because regardless, this game would have been here. I think the Rabbitohs still probably would have taken this. Oh, it might have gone to a call. I'm not sure, but regardless, this game is an elimination final between two teams that hate each other. I'd actually say that last week losing for the Rabbitohs is actually more beneficial than winning, is what I would say. A Chase says, up at the Rabbitohs. Dasman says, Josh Morris, the best trainer in the comp, better than Farah. Another random one. What if you missed the dartboard? Well, Jay, if you missed the dartboard, then you know what? Maybe you should just get a better hobby. You know, get a better hobby than watching rugby league. Because if you can't even hit the dartboard there and you're only 2 feet away, boom, then maybe get a different hobby. Eggman says the Dragons are losing a big player at the end of the season. Maguire is going to play in England next year. Well, you think Maguire is a big player? Maguire is not a big player for the Dragons. Maguire is not a big player at all. The Dragons are not going to miss Maguire at all. At all. But thank you very much to Jonathan Mance for the $10 donation. So we're going to add that to the NRL Grand Final Fund here. He says, I hope the Roosters do well today and Daniel Tupou to have a try. That's your bet for today then, obviously. Daniel Tupou scoring is definitely likely. Daniel Tupou scoring is definitely likely there for me. He is a big player coming back. They need a guy like that in the wing there. Joey Suwali and Tupou coming back is a really big inclusion. But yeah, thank you very much for the $10 donation. Lion Ballsack says, if you miss the dartboard, then tip the refs. That's a good tip. That's a good tip there. We should scrap Granville. So Granville doesn't really do a great deal, to be honest with you. I would say that Granville doesn't really do an unbelievable deal there at the moment. He was a good player back in maybe 4, 5, 6 years ago. But yeah, it hasn't really been reaching the heights now. He's getting a bit older now, and obviously they've got Robson there in the hooker role, and their team is a completely different team. So yeah, he's going to be... I still think he's an okay option in 14, though. I don't think he should be starting, but he's an okay option in 14. Sachin Cullen says, Maguire's a big play in terms of the dickhead scale. I like that. I like that. God says, Trell Mitt needs to break some eye sockets today. Well, let's not hope an injury on a player. Dasmate says, Eels robbed, Sharks robbed, Storm robbed, and the loser of this will be robbed. Yeah, that's how NRL fans are. I find it interesting that people complained about the referees in the last game of the Sharks Cowboys. People misunderstand me, right? So with that first try, I do still believe that on the technicality of the ruling, it is a no try. And I do still believe the technicality of the ruling with the Sharks try, that was called no try, is the correct call as well. So I think that they got the first one wrong and they got the second one right. But with that being said, it was down to the impact of the opinion, right? So someone commented on my video saying something like there were two completely different tries. That's not the point. The point, it's actually got nothing to do with the try, all right? So when I'm talking about the tries last night, I'm not talking about the actual scoring of the try. I'm talking about the bunker implementation of the word perspective and opinion into what they're talking about. Because with the first try for the Cowboys, there was a player who does touch, and the bunker said that he does touch the defender, right? And you're not allowed to do that. So technically speaking, if you want to go by the letter of the law, then you have to call that as a penalty to Sharks. But they then said it has no impact on the play, which is okay. That's fair enough. But that's called a try, all right? Now we move to the other try, and with the Sharks, there was a player who was... You can argue obstructed, right? But I would say not so much. But on the technicality of the ruling, he does run into him, right? So that would, technically speaking, be a penalty. So cool, right, cool. But you're talking about the impact of the play over there. So if the impact of that one, so he does technically illegally touch him, but it's not impactful, so it's a try. But with this one, he is technically impacted, but there's no impact. There's no stopping the try. So which one do you want? Because you're having an opinion for this one saying it's no impact, but you're not looking at the impact on this one. You're just saying that he obstructs him, but he was never getting to the play. So it just doesn't make sense in regards to consistency, whether you can talk about perspective here or perspective there, because this one is not perspective in regards to the Sharks try, but this one is perspective in regards to the Cowboys try. That's the confusion. Overall, the referees weren't bad in the game. Overall, the game was great for me. Overall, the game was great. Eggman says Josh Maguire isn't going to be in the NRL next year. He's going to play in England. Again, I've already responded to this, and also think it doesn't matter because Josh Maguire is just an average bloke. Logan Paul says, how much beef do you reckon going to be in this match? I think there'll be a decent bit. I think there's going to be a lot of passion and emotion, especially when it gets to that last 20 minutes or so. Especially that last 20 minutes. And then it says, Granville's one of my favourite players and used to be one of the best hookers in the game. I wouldn't go as far as say best hookers in the game, but I do unfortunately agree. It was fun watching him play. He was a good hooker. He was a solid hooker, but I don't know about best hooker in the game, especially when you had the likes of Cameron Smith there. You had the likes of Jake Friend in the competition. I think Damien Cook was still banging on around. There would have been some other big ones that I can't think about right now. But yeah, I don't know about... I don't know he was one of the best hookers in the game, but you could definitely argue in the 2015 season individually, he's probably top 5. Chase says it's going into Golden Point. It definitely wouldn't be surprising, man. Definitely would not be surprising. Last night went into Golden Point, but people keep saying Golden Point as if like it's the first 80. So guys, the first 90 is extra time. The first 90, if we go into extra time today, it's not Golden Point until the 90th minute, as you found out last night. Tommy says the only consistent in NRL these days is the losing team was robbed. No matter what. I just don't believe that we should be talking about the referees in regards to... I don't think we should even be talking about it in regards to the Storm Raiders game. I think Storm fans are just upset. I think that overall the referees were fine in the game. There's a lot of criticism from Storm fans. But it's like, firstly, you've been robbing teams for the last 30 years. And secondly, I just completely disagree. I think that the game was fair and the Raiders were just the better team, to be completely honest with you. Jacob Toby says, for this game, I had feelings of Rabbits winning just or Roosters winning by a lot. I don't know about the Roosters winning by a lot. The Rabbitohs will definitely be up for this one, especially with the inclusion of Campbell Graham and Damien Cook. 15 minutes to go here, guys. 15 minutes to go. Here we go. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you are new around here. Guys, don't spam the chat with nonsensical shit. You're not funny. Please just get back to rugby league or something like that. This egg stuff is a bit dead. We're not 10 years old around here, boys. Jacob Toby says, for this, that's right. MPSHS podcast says, Rays versus Eels RCG. Junior Paula versus Tarpanay, and Josh Papali'i battle the forwards. Yeah, it'll be a big game. Yeah, it'll be a big game there. It'll be a big game. But I think the Eels win, but it'll be a big game. Absolutely. Brian Robinson says, Warrior Hargraves send-off would be paying $1.10. Yeah, you could definitely argue that Warrior Hargraves could be going to the bin in this game. You could definitely argue that Warrior Hargraves will be going to the bin in this game. There's no doubt about that one at all. The chat does have the Roosters at 56% favourites, though. The Roosters are 56%, but it's going to be pretty close, I reckon. Tastes is Latrell Mitchell. I don't know what that is. Let me just get this chat up here on the phone. Let's go like that and like that. Alrighty. Matt, the LEUFC Aussie fan says, if anyone can beat Panthers, who do you think can? I think the Eels, mate. I think the Eels are chirping after the last 2 days. After the last day of footy. I think the Eels would be very happy to go through the Eels and the Cowboys in comparison. I think that if they had to go through the opposite side of the stage and go against the Sharks, the Roosters, the Rabbitohs, I think the Eels get knocked out. So they're kind of, I guess in a weird world, happy they lost the Panthers. Because I believe that it's a bit of an easier stretch. Like, would you rather take on the 8th place team and the 3rd place team, or would you rather take on potentially the 2nd and also, and then you also have to play the Panthers again in the grand final, mind you. Actually, no, sorry. Yeah, so if you go the other side of the scale, yes, you get the week off, but you have to take on one of the Roosters, Rabbitohs, or Sharks. Sharks came 2nd. Last night, both teams defensively poor. But I think that overall, all 3 of those teams beat the Eels. I don't think that the Raiders beat the Eels, and I honestly think, if anybody, I think the Eels can beat the Cowboys too. So I honestly could see the Panthers Eels being the game for the grand final, which would be absolutely huge, absolutely huge. Malcolm says Suwali scores tries in most games, so it's a good chance at 450. Yeah, 450 for nah, he's not 450 anytime try scorer. No way. Jacob Tuffy says, whoever wins the game, do you think has a chance of beating the Sharks? Yes. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think the Sharks probably lose to the Roosters, but I think that the Sharks beat the Rabbitohs, so I think the Sharks fans will be chirping for a Rabbitohs win here. MPSHS podcast is by stats. It said Nelson Solomona has been put on report at least 6 times this season, but not a single suspension. Is the judiciary system poor? It said Nelson Solomona has been put on report at least 6 times this season, but not a single suspension. Yeah, it is poor. It is absolutely poor. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right there. It is pretty shocking there from the judiciary to not have suspended Nelson Solomona at any stage this season. Yeah, he's a grub. Greg says Sharks won't win next week. I think it's a lot harder than you're making it out. Like, this game is going to be very physical. These guys are going to absolutely bash each other for 80 minutes here, man. And potentially 90. And potentially 100. This game could go a long way, mate. So, I think that, as I said to Justin Sundo last night, I think that there is there's no guarantee in jack shit that the Sharks lose next week just because they had a long game against the Cowboys. Because, you go and have a look and you're probably going to see a very, very physical game here. Where, like I said, they're going to absolutely bash each other. By the way, we're at 57 likes already, guys. Come on, let's see if we get to 75 likes before the game starts. Let's see if we get to 75 likes before the game even starts here. Username getting around to bunnies. Getting around to bunnies there. Bunny. Daxar Saraswati says, yeah, it's $4.50 boost special. Wow, that's good odds. The Trell Mitchell is going to transform the Roosters. He's going to run over the Roosters. Okay. Chase says, yeah, go the Bunnies. Brighton Robert says, Sharks will be no pushover. Absolutely not, especially considering they still came 2nd this year, guys. People look at last night's game and write them off. It's like, bro, if you're going to write off the Sharks from last night, you better write off the Cowboys too, because they both gave up a lot of points. Like, you can't write off the Sharks because they lost that. Would you have written off the Cowboys if they lost that? I don't believe you would have. It makes no sense that you've written off the Sharkies based off that performance last night. The Sharks still had some really energetic moves that were being shown, especially with that Nico Hines pass, with the Cesar Tatakai run inside. I tell you what, it's going to be a big game next week regardless. Jet Kukla says, hey mate, who do you think will win this game? I've got the Bunnies, but it's going to be a 50-50, man. Toss a coin, baby. Toss a coin. Actually, let's toss a coin and see what would happen. We've got a 50-cent coin here. 50-cent coin. Let's toss a coin. So we'll go tails will be, well, because I've tipped the Rabbitohs, I'll go tails is Rabbitohs, and we'll go heads is the Roosters. We flip it up here, bang, and it is the tails, to be honest with you. It is the tails. So the luck of the draw is with the Rabbitohs here as well. MPSH podcast says Victor Radley versus Cameron Murray. Pretty similar, but who's better? I go Cameron Murray personally. Malcolm says it's better than watching Black Caps. Is the cricket on right now? There's a one day right now, isn't there, between New Zealand and Australia? Yeah, no, I would definitely not be streaming that. over this one. But as you guys know, we'll be showing the American football, NFL, at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning on BK Sport USA to get over there. Well, it says, how is Murray even playing today? Bloke's been knocked out half the season. Because he's been cleared. Brian Roberts says they lost by a point in the 93rd minute. How can you write them off? So they lost by 2 points because it was actually a 2-point field goal from Valentine Holmes. But yes, absolutely, they lost by 2 points by a field goal in the 93rd minute of the game. Like, it's crazy that people are writing them off based on that. I reckon they do go in as favourites next week against the Roosters or the Rabbitohs, and I think that they're fair enough favourites. I think the Roosters probably do get him. They pip him, but I honestly doubt the Rabbitohs against them. So the Sharks fans should be going for the Rabbitohs here, in my personal belief. If it says Hines played pretty good last night, to be honest. Hines was very good last night. Again, why somebody Mouse says, what are the odds that AJ won't score probably 1,000,001? No, Roosters are still a pretty good defensive side there. Actually, Alex Johnson didn't score last week, I don't believe. I don't think Alex Johnson scored last week, so I could definitely see him not necessarily scoring this week in a bigger game. Guys, as Cam Murray gets so many head knocks, I'm actually concerned for his brain health. Well, that's the thing, man, and that's why rugby league's holding itself on a nice edge in regards to the sport actually surviving long term, because rugby league, and also AFL, there is a real lockdown on the head knocks, because otherwise there is a lot of health issues that we're only just starting to see now. People forget this. Sport is a very, very fresh and new game in the world big scheme, right? We've only had this competition for over 100 years, but we've only really had the technology to understand what's happening in the game on a health-wise the last probably 10 years or so, maybe even 5 years. You'd argue probably the last 5 years when we've really started to see those older guys from the 80s, the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and really understanding what they're going through from the mental health effects, the absolute, genuine health effects of the game. And I think people are really misunderstanding how fresh and new sport is as a whole across the world, especially the professional game. It's only been probably professional since maybe the 80s, 90s. You probably say 80s. I'd say it's been a real professional game since maybe the late 80s is when it started turning into an actual big game. Or maybe even the early 80s, you could argue. But then again, I was born in 94, so this is just something that I'm kind of reading off the top of my head here, but a lot of the older guys could probably agree with that, at least around that point. Is Damien Cook playing? Damien Cook is playing. Chase Power Force says, but didn't Kalen Ponga get 6 head knocks? Yeah, and didn't play the rest of the season. G. Ramsfield says, Blaze, your next punishment should be the rubber paid for the Ambos. I don't know what that means. MPSHS podcast says, if Rays miraculously beat the Eels, will they still have the underdog tag? Yes, they still came 8th. They still came at 8th, but it would be, I'm going to just close a window here, but it would still be, you can still hear me. I tell you what, if the Rays beat the Eels, that'd be a phenomenal effort from them to make the prelim. And they'd be one of very few teams who have actually gone on to make the grand final from 8th. We saw it with the Eels, we saw it with the Cowboys. No one's actually won it from 8th, and I definitely can't see it. But then again, the Rays do have a rivalry with the Panthers based on the fact the Panthers make fun of them with the club every single game, right? So, if they make it, it'd be wild. I'd go for the Rays in the grand final if they made it against the Panthers. But obviously, I'll go for the Sharks if they make it. But I doubt them getting it there now. Malcolm says, how boring would it be doing a cricket stream? Can't think how to make it exciting. I do cricket streams all the time in the off-season. I don't mind cricket streams. The Ashes streams were awesome. Ashes streams were so much fun. Evidence says, a Rabbitohs fan on TV tipped them to win 50-0 of the Chooks. Yeah, well, that's just an idiot. Like, he's just obviously, he doesn't believe that, mate. He doesn't actually believe that. It's like when I say the Titans won by 70. Like, I don't actually believe that. It's just, a bit of entertainment. Power Force says, Cowboys vs Sharks went for 2 hours and 3 minutes. Yeah, no, it was a long game, mate. It was a long game. 2 hours and 3 minutes. The gameplay, 40, 80, 90. Isn't that only an hour and a half? Am I making a mistake here? Isn't that only an hour and a half? 93 minutes? An hour and a half? Am I making a mistake? Is there a mistake here? Jay Hayes says, I know nothing. I was never here, Alex. Well, we know you know nothing. We do know that. But yeah, I think that people are really... the Rays would still be underdogs. Absolutely. Brian Robinson says, Bradley, Cotter, Carrigan, Yo, and Murray. It's the year of the locks, man. How's the talent in those names? Yeah, there's a lot of talent in those names. Obviously, I think it's not the year of the locks, though. I think it's the year of the halfbacks. I think you've seen improvement from teams that have had running halfbacks this year. Chase Townsend, Adam Reynolds. You've had a good year from Sammy Walker, who'd be said in a similar light in regards to the way that they play, not in regards to the experience they have, but the way they play. Jerome Hughes. But then again, it's starting to go away from that. And he's starting to go into the forwards and the finals. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting. But it says you know nothing. Okay. Power 4 says Alex Johnson is allergic to not scoring. Yeah. But like he probably does score today. He didn't score last week, like I said though. He did not score last week, like I said though, man. So I wouldn't be guaranteeing no try here today, but I would love to see it. And it'd be too short odds though. It just would be too short odds. Sean Kelson says Assassin Kelson says had a good year from Sean Johnson. Sean Johnson definitely wasn't fantastic. God says, I considered stopping amateur boxing to preserve my brain, but decided I take the risk. The scary thing is scans can't accurately detect brain damage, so you only really find out when it's too late. Boxing is another one. But boxing is different because the guys who actually box, they are actually going into it knowing exactly what can happen from it. With rugby league, although you know what can happen from it, you're still thinking you're playing a game of footy, right? Internally, you still feel like you're just playing a game of footy and that your head's not going to be contacted with too much. But with boxing, the aim of the game is literally to, hit the opponent in the head, right? So, boxing won't really change there. But let's go through the two-team lines again here. But guys, we're 10 minutes to go until kickoff. 10 minutes to go until kickoff. Like I said, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. But again, Adam Kieran, Daniel Tupou, Joey Sawali, and also Victor Radley coming in with Fletcher Baker, Joey Manu, and Oliver Gilder going out. James Tedesco is the fullback today with Daniel Tupou and Joey Sawali on the wings, Paul Momorowski and Drew Hutchison in the centres. You got Luke Keary and Sam Walker in the halves with Waria Hargraves and Siasiat Sakiaho in the front row. Sam Verrills is the number 9. Angus Crichton and Nat Butcher is the back row with Victor Radley as the lock. Connor Watson, Egan Butcher, Adam Kieran and Matthew Lodge as the interchange with Kevin Nguama and Terrell May as the 18th and 19th man replacement. You go to the Rabbitohs here, and the Rabbitohs have Campbell Graham and Damien Cook coming back in, with Peter Mamazelis going out. Latrell Mitchell is the fullback, with Alex Johnston and Tane Milne on the wings, Isaiah Tass and Campbell Graham in the centres. You got Cody Walker and Lachlan Ilias in the halves, with Tavita Totola and Mark Nichols front row. Damien Cook is the number 9, with Keon Kolomatangi, Jai Arrow back row. Cameron Murray is the lock, with Cody Nikarima, Hame Sele, Thomas Burgess and Saliva Havili interchange, and then Jackson Paulo and Michael Cheekham as the 18th and 19th man replacement. So that's the two teams there, guys. About 5-10 minutes away now, baby. Here we go. About 5-10 minutes away now. Power Force says James Tedesco is a beast when he has the ball in hand. James Tedesco is a beast in general. James Tedesco is just simply a beast, mate. Go watch some emails. Says AJ might finish the all-time top try scorer. He's only like 50 away. He will finish it. He's only 50 away or so. I think he's less. And I think he's less. And there's still a lot. He's on like 27 or something like that. Brian Robinson, would you say the only thing Teddy is missing from Slater is the desperate try-saving tackles? I think that Billy Slater just had a bit more pace about him. I think that Tedesco is a fantastic player. Don't get me wrong, he's the best player in the game right now in regards to fullback, but I still have Billy Slater. I'm taking the pace and speed and the electricity of Billy Slater over James Tedesco if I'm taking an all-time draft. But I might do an all-time draft in the off-season, guys. I'm considering doing an all-time draft in the off-season with 4 content creators, as in myself and 3 others. We'll probably do an all-time draft and we'll see how it goes there. Chase Up Yours says, let's go Bunnies. Timmy Carter says, Bunnies will win by 10. I don't know about that, man. I think it's going to be super close. I think it'll be like a 1-2 point game. I think it's going to be like a 1 to 2 point game, man. I don't know about that one. I definitely don't know about that one. Meredith says, Slater's agility was the sight to see. Yeah, the agility is a bit... I think the agility from Slater was probably a bit better than... Tedesco, but yeah, super close, man. Just super close between the two of them there. If I was to get... I wouldn't take Billy Slater on first pick. First pick would more than likely go to like a Cameron Smith or an Andrew Johns or a Darren Lockyer, Wally Lewis kind of deal. Back in the all-time draft. Yeah, I think it'll be good. We obviously did a lot of the teams. We haven't done all the teams in regards to the drafts just yet. We did the Titans, Broncos. We've done the Storm with Guru. We did the Sharks. Did Sharks come out? Did the Sharks one come out? I think the Sharks one did come out. The Knights came out. I think I only did 5 or 6 of them. Haley says, hey, hello. Chase says, Bunnings are going to win by 2. Latrell will dominate Teddy's today. I do feel like there's going to be a big game here for Latrell. Yeah, I think this is going to be a huge game here for Latrell, considering that obviously last week he got absolutely slaughtered there by the defense. And the Roosters' defense is physical. It's up front, and it gets up quickly. It does. It really does get up quickly. So... I feel like if anyone's going to have a huge game today, it will be the likes of Latrell Mitchell. Malcolm says, no black armbands. I guess they will just get pulled off. I don't know if it's about that. I'm not too sure why they wouldn't be wearing black armbands, though. Every other team has, haven't they? I think every other team has worn black armbands this weekend. Dasmate says, surely you'd pick Michael Elisha at hooker. That was wild. That's right. The Bulldogs one came out as well. That was wild when he selected Elisha. That was really, really wild. That was really, really wild. Teddy's more clutch? Nah. No, mate. You're too young. No. No way. Absolutely not. You're way too young if you think Teddy's more clutch than Billy Slater. No way. No way. Just because he scores one try for New South Wales at the end of the game in 2019 does not differentiate that. Bro, no, that's a horrible take. Billy Slater absolutely takes in regards to the clutch factor between Tedesco and... Actually, how old are you? How old are you? Because there's no way that someone who's old enough would say that. Timmy Carr says, no Murray, no Cook, no Graham. South's win last week wasn't South. Well, yeah, I've tipped South. I've tipped South today. I've tipped South. Power 4 says, yeah, look up Slater's highlights. That's mad to say that Tedesco's more clutch. That's wild. Power 4 says, but with Melbourne Storm, it's been 8 years when they were eliminated first week of finals. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, 2014. Yeah, no, it was against the Doggies, I believe. Dasmate's Doggies. Malcolm says, Chase been trolling all streams saying he's playing Fortnite. Yeah, no one cares about Fortnite. Haley says, Teddy's very good, but treble clutch. Yeah, like I said, I agree. Yeah, Dasmate says Slater is more clutch. Yeah, timeout Cowboys. Just not needed, brother. Just not needed. Cool, I know you think you're funny, but just not needed there. So we've got 300 votes on the stream, and we've got 55% to the Roosters, 45% to the Rabbitohs. That's close for 300 votes, man. That's close for 300 votes. Tim Cars, what time is kickoff? 5 minutes away, man. About 5 minutes away is kickoff. We're just waiting here for them to come out into the field, and we're getting underway. Dad says we own Storm. Brighton Roberts says if Slater didn't get injured for 2 years, he'd be in the all-time top try scorer. Possibly, yeah, probably. Especially considering that though in those years, he actually... Did they win at any stage in those years? No, I think 2017 he played most of the time, didn't he? It was 20... What was it? 23rd... 20... I can't remember the years. I can't remember the years. Yeah, you just move on. You just move on, Medvedev. People will always think they're so funny. Dasmate says they were runners-up in 2016. No, they were runners-up in 2016 and also runners-up in 2018. But when was Billy Slater injured? Because I know he played in the 2017 Grand Final with controversy. Matt, LUFC fan says... Leeds United. Sorry, I kept looking at that as Liverpool. I was like, where's the U in Liverpool? But it makes sense now. As a Sharks fan, I hope Rabbitohs win as I hate playing the Roosters. No, that's what I was saying before. For Sharks fans, they want the Rabbitohs to win this game. They probably want the Rabbitohs to win this game because I think the Roosters beat the Sharks. I do. I think the Roosters beat the Sharks here. Slater was injured in 2015, 2016. Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, 2016. Who played fullback for the Storm in the 2016 Grand Final? Who played fullback for him against the Sharkies there? Because I know that. Yeah, I can't. Was it maybe Munster? Was Munster the fullback? It might have been the beginning stage. Yeah, Munster did. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it was Munster. Brian Roberts says injured in 14 and again round 115. Yeah, there you go. Dasmate says that's right. Brighton Roberts in Munster. Yeah, so Munster was the fullback for the Storm in the 2016 Grand Final where they got done. They got done by the Sharkies. Bengaluma Productions number 1 is Titans. Yeah, they're into the prelim, mate. They're into the prelim, Bengaluma. Timmy Carr says so many South jerseys in Bali. Pretty sure a guy was just handing them out for free. You're always going to see South jerseys everywhere, especially in Bali because that's an Australian hotspot. But yeah, you go anywhere and there's going to be a Bunnies jersey, mate. That's why they're known as the random Bunnies fan. Why would Yanni or Justin care about Leeds United? Justin's a Sunderland fan, and Sunderland's not in the league, and Yanni is a Brighton fan, and Brighton have no rivalry with Leeds. I have no idea what that is about. Bengaluma says, why are Titans at the top? Because they've been undefeated this season, mate. I get why somebody now says, maybe I'm too young to see Slater on 15. Way too young, bro. Way too young. Yeah, Tedesco's not even close to as clutch. Well, you can not say not even close, but Slater is way more clutch. So what? So you're 15, so... Realistically, you've only had about maybe 4 or 5 years of actually kind of being well and truly knowledgeable of the game. Because when you're under 10, it's very difficult to kind of get a lot of the aspects of the game. So I'd say you probably had about 5 years. So yeah, you haven't even seen Slater really. You never really got to watch Slater on a serious level. Cody Dingleboxter says Jackson Paulo is more clutch than Slater. Yeah, for the opposition team, you're right. Yeah, for the opposition team, you're absolutely bang on there. Roosters getting ready to run out of the field. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Yes, he was like 11-12 when Slater retired. That's crazy. That's crazy. Power Force says, how are the Roosters going to going with their 8 winning streak? They have a chance beating them. Of course. The Roosters are favourites here for a reason. Tell me elimination finally, guys. Whoever loses this game is gone. He's gone. So, let's see who plays the Sharkies next week. Slade chip chases, yeah, Timmy. Obviously, that specific one in the Origin was just impeccable. Rabbitohs running out in the field. Here we go. Matt's Oddsport 7 says bold prediction for today's game. Well, I've already gone the Rabbitohs, so they're relatively bold because they lost last week and are not favourites today. But I will say bold prediction will be that you know what? That I think that the Rabbitohs score through Latrell Mitchell in the 77th minute. How about that? 77th minute to win by 2. But missed the kick. So from the sideline, Latrell Mitchell breaks away, goes out, and then probably does the bloody go away like a Latrell, like a Greg Inglis, to be honest with you. Yeah, bold prediction. Latrell Mitchell, 77th minute try, down the left corner. They missed the kick, but they win by 2. I think that'd be amazing. G. Ramsfield says, Bunnies by a field goal. I like it. Dazmate says, don't worry, you think you're young. I'm 3, nearly 6, so I never saw them up it. It's true. He is right. It is right. So Tedesco now coming out to the field here, leading out the Chooksters. The atmosphere getting up and at him. Why is there empty seats behind? This is a knockout game. Why is there empty seats? Paul Momirosky game winning try is my bold prediction. Well, Paul Momirosky game winning try there. Oh, there's not too many empty seats, to be honest with you. I don't know if you go as far as say sold out, but it's definitely got a good crowd there. It definitely packed out. Tigers 11 says, go the Rabbitohs. Power 4 says, Roosters to win by an intercept by Tedesco. An intercept by Tedesco. Well, Tedesco is a fullback. He wouldn't really be in the line. That's interesting. If that happens, cool. It is a bold prediction because Tedesco is the fullback. So in the defensive scheme of things, the fullback's standing behind the play rather than in the play. Get off it, you drunk Alex. Exactly right. TSM says Rabbitohs to win by 8. That is mostly South fans. Yeah, well, this is. Everyone says this is Eastern Sydney, but people don't realise that Rabbitohs pretty much have all the fan base in Sydney. Like the supporter base is majority for the Rabbitohs throughout, whether it's Eastern Sydney or not. They just have everywhere. Like Botany, that area is just chock-a-block Rabbitohs. The only place that I really would guarantee is Roosters is like Maroubra and Bondi, really. Get one something else. I started supporting NRL around the 2015-2016 years. Oh, yeah. You missed out on the years of Billy Slater, mate. Yeah. So they're just doing a minute silence right now for the Queen. Jay says Knowles in the crowd. Yeah, he said he was going to this game. Justin Sundo's there as well. Andrew Hargis says, Power Force, you're crazy. Oh, this idiot's screaming in the crowd. Get one something else says Roosters don't have fans. Well, I'm not going to completely disagree with you there. Considering the Titans have averaged more, maybe not after last week, but up until last week, the Titans had averaged more home game attendances than the Roosters did. There is actually seats available up there. It's not sold out. I don't understand why they always say sold out when it's not necessarily sold out, because it's not. There are seats up top that I can see. That was a long minute silence. I reckon that was longer than a minute. Mate. Memphis says, I've seen a lot of Rabbitohs fans here in Adelaide. I think it's a popular fan base. Oh, mate, that's a bold call, that. The Rabbitohs are a big fan base, you sure? That's crazy. Crazy call. Alrighty, here we go, guys. Here we go. Roosters, Rabbitohs, knockout final. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new, and we are getting underway. The Rabbitohs will be kicking off to the Roosters here. Kaloma Tungi, ready to rock and roll. Let's see if we can hold on to the ball tonight. Cowboys, we're just going to hide you from the channel. Bye-bye, Cowboys, B-Man. Richie Bidaki says, I wish we won last night because if the Roosters win, we will probably lose because of our record against them. Yeah, absolutely. I've got the Rabbitohs to lose the Sharks, but I've also got the Roosters to beat the Sharks. Finding a Roosters fan in the crowd is like, where's Wally? It's good. Exactly right. Yeah. There's a couple of Roosters fans over there, but I think that's the supporters, bay. Alright, here we go. And the Rabbitohs have kicked it off here for the elimination final. And the Roosters bring it out even the 5. It's good this on the Sunday afternoon. Matt Lodge here. Boomski. Campbell Graham launches at Matty Lodge. And there we go. He's taking it out to 13. Power 4 says, did anyone know that Bullshit Stadium getting demolished at the end of the year? Oh, Blue Bet Stadium, not Bullshit Stadium. Is it getting demolished? I thought it was next year. Oh, it was next year. Because I thought the New South Wales government said no to it. So third tackle now, 25 metres out, right inside. Verrills gives up to Victor Radley, and Radley will get this ball out to the 35 now. Fans of successful clubs are slashes sometimes. That's just a Muppet thing to do, but I disagree. I would say that for the Rabbitohs, regardless, they always get fans out there. I really think the Titans, if they were good, they would sell out every week. So Well, not sell it every week, but they'd get a good 24. In 2010, we averaged 22 to 24,000 at the stadium. In 2010, we averaged a good 20,000 plus. Malcolm says they always sacrifice Lodge at the start. Yeah, he's always the first guy. So second tackle of the Rabbitohs, Cameron Murray brings it out to the 40. Good run there by a big fella, Cameron Murray. Out to the 45. Damien Cook here, like I said, big inclusion here today for the Rabbitohs. Bullshit Stadium's my favourite stadium. Yeah, Suncorp Stadium's a pretty good stadium, Alex. Yeah, it is. But yeah, it's a pretty good stadium there, the old Bullshit Stadium in Brisbane. So Mark Nichols, that was a pretty weak run there. Obviously, this could be his last game for the club. He is going to Redcliffe next year. Interesting signing. Probably paid overs, but I guess the meme pulled it over the line for him. Up it goes here. Roosters grab it there through Daniel Tupou, and Tupou will get taken down to the 15. Oh, Koloamatangi, Walker, and Graham taken back inside the 10. Good tackle there by the Rabbitohs. Very good tackle there. Seabucks looks beautiful tonight. Seabucks is one of the best stadiums in the league. People who say otherwise just haven't been there or just hate the Titans. South might have fans, but does South fans have jobs? It's a good question. It's a very good question there, Tommy. That's a very, very good question. So third tackle now at the 25. They're going to roll it out right-hand side here. Verrills up to Matt Lodge, and Lodge just absolutely punches through Cameron Murray and gets it to the 32. That was a huge hit there. Oh, Cameron Murray's not on side there, but then again, the Rooster player does actually technically run into him. So fifth tackle now for the Roosters at the 40, and they whack it into the corner here. Jeez, I reckon this is going to be such a good game. I can't see this being a blow. No. What? What's Latrell doing? Why would Latrell do that? Latrell Mitchell just kicked it on 0, on first. What on earth is Latrell Mitchell doing? He just kicked the ball on first tackle from his own 20, and now the Roosters are going to be on the attack. Third tackle of the Roosters at the 42. I actually don't understand. Yeah, put Muppakis in the chat. What on earth was that? What on earth was that? So the Roosters now full tackle. Was he going for a 20-40? I don't know, but they're all back there. So what was he even thinking? So fifth tackle now the 20, left-hand side here. Verrills gives it off here. That's forward. I think that's forward. Yeah, it's forward. And he goes over the sideline anyway, but it will be forward there. It will be forward there. But what on earth from Latrell? That's so strange. They could have scored there. If that pass doesn't go forward, the Roosters score a try, because they would have passed the ball off to Tupou. You would have seen him pass it off. That was lucky. It was very lucky to DeVito. I honestly have no idea what Latrell Mitchell was thinking. So left-hand side now, it's going to be Tass, who gets crunched by Warrior Hargraves. So Radley, but he offloads the ball to Damien Cook, and Damien Cook gets the ball out of the third. That was a great offload. Damien said, I mean, it is the Waratahs' home ground as well, so maybe he wants a contract. Yeah, maybe he's playing for a union contract. Oh, what's going on here? Punch on! Biffo! 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 Punch already! Brewer! They're the Brewer! Here we go. The Brewer! Biffo! 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 It took literally 3 minutes. It took literally 3 or 4 minutes in. The Biff! 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 Bring back the Biff! Bring back the Biff! Get on the Biff, baby. Dustin says, Trell playing 4D chess while we playing checkers. Yeah, maybe, mate. Maybe. I don't even know what happened there. All we saw was something happened at the back play, but we couldn't see it on camera. And then we saw the Roosters players running over, and Rabbitohs, that was weird. Radley and, was there a punch thrown by Radley there? It's Radley and Tuss. What's Radley doing? Radley might get sin bin here. Radley may get sin bin here. Radley may get sin bin here. Ulamano says Latrell thought he was playing rugby for a second. Yeah, they're lucky they didn't get sin bin there for Victor Radley. So first tackle here with the Rabbitohs at the 35. Radley swung. You could see kind of Radley going for it there. I'm surprised they haven't called this. But I like it, you know. I'd rather than both play 13 on 13. No, there's going to be a sin bin. There's going to be a sin bin. You watch. Radley's seen it. They've seen it. Radley's gone here. Radley's gone. Radley's going to get binned here. Radley's going to get binned here. Here we go. Here we go. A punch has been thrown. And he's up for 10. Radley. What an idiot. What an idiot. I was saying he threw a punch, man. I was saying we saw it. I was saying we saw a punch get thrown. Oh, yeah. You saw him go for it. Yeah. Bryce undeserving. But in the same sense, like, it is closed fist and he does kind of do it, but in the same sense, yeah, he's an idiot. He did that to himself. He did that to himself, to be completely honest with you. All right, so the Rabbitohs here, they're going to have an advantage for the next 10 minutes. Radley's a muppet. What are you doing? If you're going to do that, just put open palm to the face and you wouldn't have been gone. Lucas says, wish refs just let him play. True Masters Radley's getting sin bin for his addiction. Okay. Richard Reed says, if you're dumb enough to do that, you deserve to go. Absolutely. Alright, so second tackle here for the Rabbitohs. They get the ball to the 45. To Toller rolls it to Cook. Cook now off to Murray. Murray to Nichols. And Nichols gets it in the attacking half. Oh, geez, you can feel the just fiery nature of this game right now. Third tackle, right-hand side. Cook gets it off here to Ilias. Ilias here. Oh, they had the numbers at the back. It was just tantalising. Fourth tackle here at the 40. Here it comes. So Damien Cook, right inside. They got numbers galore here. Oh, they're through. Last-ditch tackle there by Butcher. Saved that as a try there for Ilias and the Rabbitohs. Fifth tackle here. Walker here. Latrell at their side here. Yes! Short-term Johnston! Alex Johnston with the try time and gets us underway here. 4-0 with the kick to come, and it is Alex Johnston. It is the man who always finds a try. Didn't score last week. He scores today. You just can't stop Alex Johnston on that left-hand side. The Rabbitohs lead 4-0 here, and Victor Radley can blame himself for that. He gives away the penalty and gives away the sin bin, and that is Radley all over that. There was no need for what Radley did. He gets sent to the bin, and that is why Johnson has an easy overlap on the left-hand side. Alex says, you happy now, Inflictor man? Yeah, exactly right. Victor, the Inflictor, he's only inflicting on his own team right now because they have gone behind. That's a great pass from Latrell Mitchell, though. Latrell Mitchell with a great cutout pass to Tass, and then Tass gets it to the 30, to the 10, and then Alex Johnson just runs over the line with an easy one. Roosters fans putting a hit on Radley right now. Yeah, very early, obviously. Very early, but geez, very silly there from Victor Radley. Very, very silly. Remember it says, you thought the Trell gave the Chooks a try. No, Radley gives the Rabbits the first try. I never said Trell gives... What? I don't even know what that means. Malcolm says, someone said they bet on him score first. Yeah, well, a lot of people are going to bet on Alex Johnson to score first, to be honest with you. He's the favourite there. But Latrell Mitchell from the left-hand side will... Oh, beautiful kick. That's a beautiful kick there. That's a beautiful kick. So Latrell Mitchell laughing at the crowd there, telling them the short. It will be 6-0 here to the Rabbitohs, 7 minutes into the game. Cody says, Channel 9 inflicted Radley a few weeks ago. Sam DeMorland says, that's not turning the bin. I'm going to disagree with you. So the reason why is because he does have a closed fist and he does go like this in a swing motion. It's more of a push to the face. But in the same sense, if you're going to do that, open the hand. If you're going to do that, open the hand and push like that. If you do that and the bunker sees that you're doing something like that, they're going to say that's a punch, right? So it is technically speaking the right call. I would have preferred it to be play on, but it is technically speaking, if we want consistency, that is consistently the same call. So Rabbitohs now gets the ball to the 15. No player has ever scored 30 tries in back-to-back seasons. Johnson, I think, is on 29 tries. 28 or 29 tries. Yeah, 29 this season. So he could be, if he scores today, he'll break the record for the only player to ever score back-to-back 30 try seasons. Alex says, Roosters one boy out, second half, he'll be back. He'll be back in 8 minutes. It's only 10 minutes in the bin. Cody Walker here, left-hand side to Tass, and Tass gets taken down to the 45. Elizabeth Dimaji says, my grandson Chad Taylor team is the Rabbitohs and they'll win this afternoon. I've tipped the Rabbitohs too. Oh, bad D. Oh, lucky D. Oh, they get the offload away there. Damien Cook at the 45. He's still going here, Damien Cook. And he'll go down to the 45. Fitz-Sackle. The Radley thing was nothing to play on. Seemed to be no needed. Technically speaking, if you guys want consistency, it's the right call. If you guys want the game to be the same way it used to be, then wrong call. But in the same sense, you got to go with one or the other, man. The Biff broke my KO. Oh, your KO's done, is it? Senpai says, here we go, the final game of the week. Yeah, we've been here for about an hour and 20, so it's more than here we go. We've been here and we go for an hour and 20. The second tackle now for the Roosters. They're at the 40. They go right inside here. Refs have been fair all weekend. I'm not looking at the criticism of the last two games. I believe the refs have been fair all weekend. Third tackle here for the Roosters. Suwali rolls it back here to Verrill. 6 again here for the Roosters. 6 again. It's huge. Tedesco, though. Tedesco's away here. Tedesco at the 35. He's still going at the 30. Taken down. There we go. So it's going to be left-hand side now for Lodge. And Lodge will get this ball to the 25. Lodge will get the ball to the 25 here. Second tackle. Right-hand side to Sam Walker. Walker here to Tedesco. Tedesco through again. Nearly. No. Taking out the 10. Third tackle here. I didn't get a notification. Well, we've been here since 3 o'clock. So left-hand side now for Warrior Hargraves. Hargraves off to Keary. Keary now to Crichton. Crichton gets the offload away maybe? No, taken down. 10 metres out here. Right-hand side off to Warrior Hargraves. Fit tackle now. 4 metres out. 4 metres out. Off it goes to Walker. Walker over the top here. Suwale! Oh! What? Morosky, no. Drop out. Drop out here. Drop out here. Drop out. Drop out. That was very close there. That was very close with the Roosters, but they will be getting a drop out here. So 10 minutes going here, guys. 30 minutes to go of the game. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you are new around here. In 70 minutes' time, we'll be seeing one of these teams getting knocked out from the Premiership. They will be getting knocked out. Well, maybe not. Maybe we can go extra time, but I can't guarantee that. Especially if Victor Radley's going to be getting himself sin-binned all game. Lodge now brings the ball to the 35. Big old kick. It was a good kick, but Lodge still gets the ball back to the 35 there. So right inside now for Keary. Keary underneath there to Butcher. And Butcher inside the attack on 30 now. Laying ball sacks, bro. You're ruining my guy. Time out laying ball sacks, bro, please. Left-hand side now. Keary. Keary gets it off to Crichton. And Crichton's going to be taken down here at the 15. Third tackle here. Left-hand side. Gives it off. Well, who's going to score? Oh, they give it off. They're going to be 5 minutes out. Crichton! Crichton with the try. Crichton with the try for the Roosters. And it will be 6-4 here with a kick to come. 6-4 here with a kick to come. Brian Roberts says, I'm tipping that way with the last bin. Yeah, absolutely. But it will be a try time there for the Sydney Roosters. Down a man, but still able to score. Buddy's defense a bit all over the shop there. The ball just kept going away. You could argue a high tackle there against Tass as well. But Drew Hutchison will assist Angus Crichton for the try. Satan Gill says, Angus has been on a try frenzy of late. Well, Angus Crichton has always been known as a good try scorer, to be completely honest with you. David says, Fittler's retired. Don't be silly, this is a serious channel. Oh no, what's he said about Fittler? What's he said about Brad Fittler? Oh no. Jim Marr says, when's Brad Fittler coming back to play? Brad Fittler's coming back to play the same day that we see Clive Churchill come out of the woodworks to play for the Rabbitohs. That'd be a good matchup there. Brady Fittler versus Clive Churchill. So 29 minutes to go the first half. It should be 6-6 here. You'd assume that they'd be able to get this kick. But then again, Walker's not the greatest kicker. Walker's not the greatest kicker. Someone said, it feels so strange that these teams both on the top 4. Not for me with the Rabbitohs. With Roosters, yes. Rabbitohs for me, I grew up watching them as the bottom of the table cellar dwellers until the early 2010s. So it's not weird for me. But for the Roosters, yeah. A Hutchison try assist, that's new. Yeah, it was a good assist too. So Sam Walker here, not too far to the left-hand side. Should be able to slap this bad boy in here. Sammy Walker, 18 metres out, will miss it! Oh, that's a bad miss from Sam Walker. That is a really, really bad miss. That is a really, really poor miss there from Sam Walker. Walker did a monster. Yeah, Walker did a monster there. That one was a bad miss from literally just the left-hand side. It wasn't hard. It was not hard, that one. So 28 and a half minutes left to your first half. It was not a crazy difficult kick, that. Like it on one of those Muppet days. What is going on with these easy conversions, miss? Yeah, right. I think with League and also Union, we've seen a lot of the conversions kicking taking a bit of a toll. It's taken a bit of a toll in recent years. Union used to be the best in the game, but they've really started missing a lot more as well. Just last Marcus from England. Forward pass from the Roosters. That's a forward pass. Radley still got 2.5 minutes in the bin, but that was a forward pass. No way, Brandy. That is a forward pass, mate. He released that ball like that. That was a forward pass. So third tackle there for the Roosters. They get this ball to the halfway point. So 4 tackle now. They're inside the attacking half. Left-hand side. Good little run here by Verrills. Sammy Verrills, welcome to the Giants. Get around him. And Victor Radley is walking back out from his sin bin. He's still got about a minute left, but he's just getting back out onto the field area. And the Rabbitohs will... Oh! Swally! Uploads it and... Oh, Hargraves. Oh, 6 again? What? 6 again? How was that 6 again? Okay, 6 again for the Roosters. And Walker, it'll be 5 minutes out. Don't know what's going on here. They've got numbers at the left. They shouldn't have numbers because the Rabbitohs have upper man. Crichton! Oh, he's trying the other way. Can't do it though. He rolls it back. Left-hand side. This is terrible. Ah! It's a try for Tupou. What are the Rabbitohs doing? What are the Rabbitohs doing? It's 13-12. It feels like it's Roosters 14 on buddy 10. Rabbitohs defense got absolutely shambled there. They got absolutely shambled there. Rabbitohs defense just dreadful in these last 2 minutes, and they're the ones up a man. The Rabbitohs scored and then proceeded to concede 2 despite being up a man. It was good actual cover defense from Graham, but man, where's the wingers? Where's the fullback? Where's anybody? Honestly, there could have been... there's a 4-on-2 out there. And then Tupou basically was open by himself. You know, like, I believe the pass forward from the Roosters set them up there. And I also don't know how that was a 6 again there for the Roosters. But it's a try regardless. TSM said it looked like Jared Knock-on. It looked like Jared Knock-on. There was definitely a forward pass earlier. But I don't understand how it was a 6 again in the Rabbitohs. How do you have an overlap with the man down? Oh, mate, don't you start me on the Titans-Dragons game, that's for sure. But luckily with the Roosters, they got tackles, so they can't actually go back for the ball around the 5 when the ball came down for Suwali. South fans haven't left Redfern. Well, this is going to be a hard kick here for Sammy Walker, so what could have been a 12-6 game might still be an 8-6 game here, but Radley is about to come back out onto the field. So, yeah, wow. I can't believe the collapse in the Rabbitohs in that last 3 minutes. They were looking so promising early days. So, Sam Walker here from the far left side. Walker will miss the kick again. Oh, he didn't even make it. Did he even make the distance? So it's 8-6 here. I don't think he made the distance. Nah, that's walking into a monster again. No, that's a hard kick. Even the best kickers can miss those. But I don't even think he made the distance. I don't think he did. That was dreadful. So 8-6 here to the Roosters with 25 minutes to go here of the first half. High scoring first half here. Well, it would be better if he got his kicks, but 3 tries in the first 15 minutes is pretty crazy, man. It's pretty crazy. Jonathan Nance says, thanks, Tupou. Greatly appreciated. Yeah, that's right. You got on Tupou and scored, didn't you? So Roosters here. Matt Lodge from the back fence. Bonsky! And that's a good tackle there from Tavita Totola. Trooks need a kicker. Yeah, I think that's probably what's the biggest part of holding them back right now. They probably do need a kicker. Because Sam Walker just isn't that great of a conversion kicker at all. He's missed 2 from 2 here today. He hasn't been great throughout the season. By the way, the Rabbitohs have actually completed 5 of their sets. The Rabbitohs are at 100% completion rate right now. So it's not like the Rabbitohs are playing poorly in regards to their when they've had the ball. It's just they're playing horribly in regards to their defense. And the Roosters are about 5 from 8. So they've had more ball. Wait for the Rabbitohs to get the ball back again. But just all over the shop. Tedesco! Oh, taking down at 35. Nearly broke through there. So right-hand side here, Verrills gets it off to Walker, and Walker puts that one up. Rabbitohs should be able to grab this one. It's a good kick there from Walker, though, but Latrell grabs it and gets taken down at 13. Matt Lodge was a huge pickup. Yeah, I think Matt Lodge has obviously helped them out. Yeah, I think Matt Lodge has helped them out overall. He's a dickhead of a guy, but it's been a big pickup for the Roosters in regards to the physicality. And from just someone who just throws his body at the line. He can be susceptible to a mistake, though. It's not like he doesn't have a mistake in him very frequently. Sandbar says, Paul is a very effective player when playing for a good team. Example, Brisbane in 2018. Oh, there may be there may be... No, it's not anything. It's not anything there. It shouldn't even be a penalty. They're going to say referee's call. No, I agree with the call. It shouldn't even be a penalty. That's actually Rabbitohs fans booing Daz, mate. It's not the Roosters fans booing. It's the Rabbitohs fans because they wanted a high tackle there, but it wasn't a high tackle. So second tackle here. If Warrior Hargraves was a little bit more inside, it would have been, but because it was too far outside, it was just kind of skimming the head. So third tackle now for the Rabbitohs. They're at the 30. Damien Cook goes left-hand side. This defense from the Roosters. Burgess has just got absolutely slammed at the 30. That was great defense there from Lodge and Radley. Jeez, you can tell the experience is so different here. Rabbitohs are going to have numbers here. Rabbitohs, Kolomatangi, off to Campbell Graham. Graham back on the inside here, and he'll get his blood at the 50. That was a good play there, because they were back in their own 30, but they gained about 20 metres on that play. So right-hand side here, the Rabbitohs will kick that one nicely, actually. Sits up, not great there for Tedesco, but he picks it up and brings it out to the 20. Power 4 says, does Latrell Mitchell's brother still play with the Rabbitohs? Yeah, Shakai, I think it is Shakai, but he's not that great of a player, mate. But he's in their depth system, yeah. He's in their depth system. So second tackle of the Roosters at the 30, right hand side to Sam Walker. Walker now to Sawali, who gets absolutely annihilated, but he gets the offload away. And Radley gets to the 40. Third tackle now. This is going to be a crazy game. You can just feel it's got everything in it. You can feel this is going to have heartbreak all over it from one of these teams. It's not going to be a big result. It's just going to be a heartbreaking last seconds kind of deal. Sam Verrills is having a good game here, though. Looking forward to Sammy Verrills at the Titans next year. So fifth tackle here at the 30, left-hand side. And the Roosters are going to whack that bad boy up in the air. Should be an easy take here for Latrell, though. And it is an easy take for Latrell. And he'll get taken at the 5. He's in New South Wales Cup. Yeah, I thought so. He's in the depth system for the Rabbitohs, but he's just not going to be that guy. You know, he's not going to be that guy, and probably only has the contract with the Rabbitohs because of the fact that Latrell is his brother. But that's not me insulting him. That's just me saying I just don't believe he's that great, really. Brian Robinson says momentum will shift back to the Rabbits at some point. Absolutely, yeah. The momentum right now was, is that a high tackle or was that just a great hit? Jeez, Burgess is getting slammed around. I think right now right now, these teams are bashing the shit out of each other. The Sharks are loving this. The Sharks are loving this game right now because these two teams are bashing the shit out of each other. Like, the Sharks need it. Oh, that's a high tackle. Penalties. Roosters, penalty. Absolutely. The momentum is absolutely with the Roosters right now, but it will switch. And I can tell you right now, Tedesco's going to have to come off for a HIA in the next couple of minutes. Tedesco will have to come off for a HIA in the next couple of minutes. You know what I just thought about? In the last... That could be a sin bin here. I don't think so. I think it should just be a penalty, but it is contact high and pretty solid high. It's just going to be on report. Fair enough. I don't mind it. Jermaine says that's bin. It should be a bin based on consistency, but I'm just saying I don't know how they're going to call it. That probably should be sin bin. They're going to say mitigating circumstances. So this is what I mean, guys. You always say, get the refs more, give them an opinion to use common sense. This is them using their common sense in regards to mitigating circumstances. So now if you disagree with their call, that's on you, not on them, because you wanted them to have a ability to have a common sense factor where they can say if they think someone should go or they think someone should stay based on their opinion. You guys wanted this. Don't complain about it. Devin Smith says, hey, BKR, hello, mate. Kevin Aguama is going to come onto the field here. So Kevin Aguama, the 18-man replacement, comes on for Tedesco, who has to go for a HIA. If Tedesco doesn't come back, that's huge. Alex says, we can always trade Jacob Little for Sam Verrills next year. You can also shut up. Zenpai says, Roosters really haven't had the short stick of injury woes. This year, I wouldn't say so, comparatively to other teams. I think the Storm this year have been the ones that have been brutalised by injuries. That was direct next shot. Yeah, it probably should have been a sin bin. It probably should have been a sin bin. Probably should have been a sin bin there, but it's not going to be. So 22 minutes to go here in the first half. Not a bad sub, Nguama. You can't complain about it, but Nguama for me is not a fullback. So, and Joey Manu isn't there. Joey Manu would normally go to the fullback. Maybe Suwali goes there, but Suwali can sit on the wing there still. So Nguama probably will play fullback. It's interesting. Second tackle here for the Roosters. They're 25 metres out here from the line. Sam Verrills goes right inside here to Kiri. Kiri underneath the lodge with a great run. That hit from Burgess is wild. They're going to get in a biff over here. This is going to be in the bin. You got to bin him. You got to bin him. Bin him. 2 penalties in a row like that. Bin him. You got to go. Burgess has got to go to the bin for 10 here. Burgess has got to go to the bin for 10 here. And yeah, bin him. He's an idiot. If you can't... What do you mean you can't bin him for that? He literally just high tackled one just like literally 2 tackles ago. And he's got another high tackle now. If he doesn't go to the bin, this is bullshit. That's 2 tackles in 3... 2 out of 4. Yeah, you go. Off the bin. Right call from to send Burgess to the bin there. This is an insane game right now. So Roosters are going to get a penalty from right in front. They're not going to go for the 2, you would assume, because they're up by 2 unless Blocker had something to say. But Burgess goes to the bin here for 10 minutes. Sabrina says, a bit harsh with he's an idiot. Well, he's an idiot. In 4 tackles, he's had 2 high tackles. Like, in the last 4 tackles, Sabrina, he's made 2 high tackles and was lucky not to get sent to the bin for the last tackle, let alone that one. He's an idiot. In regards to in real life, it's got nothing to do with it. But in this game, he is an idiot. He's on his bike. So right-hand side now for the Roosters, and Takiaho gets more to the 5 metres now. Second tackle. We'll be seeing another few bins in this game. We've had 2 bins in the first 20 minutes. I definitely agree with you there. Left-hand side here, Kiri. Kiri to Walker. Walker here, Suwali. Oh, 4 metres out. High tackle again, penalty. You got to settle down here, Rabbitohs. You're going to get more in the bins. This isn't a bin, though. This game's wild. This game's wild. This is what we all want. This is what we love. This is crazy. This is a crazy game. This could be a bin. This could be another bin. This could be another bin here. If Suwali passes that, they score, but this could be another bin. He got him up under the chin here. I don't know if that's a sin bin. It could be. This could be pretty insane here. They could sin bin him. I wouldn't be surprised either way. I think they're going to sin bin him. I think he's going to go to the bin for 10 here. I think he's going to go to the bin here. He's gone! Wow, it's 13 versus 11. It's 13 versus 11, and this game is just fired up. So we were just talking about how we thought there was still more bins to come. Well, guess what? We got another bin literally 10 seconds after. Took us it's over. No, it's not, mate, because the Roosters could easily still get sin bins too. They've had one. The Rabbitohs scored. This game's going to keep changing, man. You can't think this game is over just yet at all. At all. It's cost them 2 players, and the Rabbitohs will concede in this set, you would have to imagine. But you can't tell me this is done yet. We saw the Rabbitohs at the first 10 minutes. The second 10 minutes has been all Roosters. Gotta be very careful saying the referee's gone mad. Well, it must need to be done. Burgess had 2 high tackles and 4 tackles, and then we've obviously seen that one from Tass. It's just silly. It's just silly. So first tackle over the Roosters, they're 10 metres out. The Rabbitohs can get out of this. It's a miracle. Right inside over the Roosters. Victor Radley taken out of the 5. They need a miracle to not give up a try here, the Rabbitohs. 2 bins for the next 10 minutes. That's a great tackle there by Siliva-Havili. That's a great tackle by Siliva-Havili. 8 minutes out of the line, 3rd tackle. How's the footy been this weekend? 5. It's been unbelievable, Joe. It's been unbelievable. Roosters here at their side. Oh, but wrong pass, knock on! It's a knock on. The Rabbitohs can get the ball. Oh, Roosters. The Rabbitohs with some good defense, and Ilias will force the knock on there from Crichton. Bang! Wowee. So he's dropped the ball here. 20 minutes gone here, guys. Go and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new around here. Go and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. And let's get to 150 likes on this stream. But that is a knock on there for the Rabbitohs. And we're only 20 minutes. And there is so much tension, emotion, passion in this game right now. It is absolutely phenomenal. Get wise to them at your mouth. I think Suwali's playing fullback. Maybe playing like a Cameron Munster role in the sense that Munster plays fullback on defense and then in the attack goes up into the 5'8". I think that you'll see Suwali probably play fullback in defense and then go into the attack on the wing. Penalty Rabbitohs! Penalty Rabbitohs, and this is what I'm saying, Twiggin. You can't be guaranteeing a loss just yet for the Rabbitohs. They're going to get a penalty here. They get the knock on, they get the penalty, and here we go. Nguama's coming off with a HIA. That's why Suwali's got back to fullback. There is so much going on here. Has Tedesco passed his HIA or what's going on here? Malcolm Baker, this is spicy. This is a great game, mate. Fantastic game. So Rabbitohs now get this ball out to the 45. So the Rabbitohs are down to 11, but the Roosters are down on the bench. Trying to throw that out there. The Roosters are down the bench. They'll tire them out more longer term. If the Rabbitohs get another penalty and they go for the 2, that will slow down the play. And there'll probably only be about 6 minutes left here now. 6-7 minutes left of these players in the bin. So let that side here, Damien Cook to Walker. Walker here gets off to Latrell Mitchell. Latrell Mitchell here. He'll get the ball to the 30, 25, 24 metres out here. 3rd tackle. Rabbitohs here. It will blow the roof off our Leons. There's no roof there, but it'll just go crazy if the Rabbitohs score here. 10 metres out of the line. 10 metres after the line. I'll explain it to you in a second, Justin, but the calls were technically right. 6 again here. Remind me to explain to you if they're after this. So first tackle now, 11 metres out here from the line. First tackle now, 11 metres out from the line. So Damien Cook now. We go right-hand side. They get off to Havili. This is going to be wild if the Rabbitohs score here. What the Roosters scored with a man down before, can the Rabbitohs score with 2 men down? Damien Cook with the ball. Let their side of Walker. Walker, come on! Mitchell! 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 Try to show Mitchell. The Rabbitohs take the lead. This is just incredible. This is incredible. It is 10-8 to the Rabbitohs, and Twickenham, what did I say? What did I say, Twickenham? Bunnies. Down 2 men, 13 on 11. Trell Mitt, boom, 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 boom. Trell Mitt Down the close, what a game. I said Sharks Cowboys yesterday was good, but this is going to be something else. And this is an elimination final for the ages. This could go down as the best game in the history of the game if it keeps going this direction. Roosters Tigers for me 2010. We had the Origin Game 3 this year. But I think if this keeps going down this direction, this is going to be the greatest game in the history of the NRL. It is absolutely unbelievable. So Latrell Mitchell scores a try there. It's 10-8. The Rabbitohs down 2 men with 17 minutes to go in the first half. Look at this. Darcy said these finals for these games are crazy. Yeah, AFL's been crazy, NRL's been crazy. But what did I say at the beginning of this season? NFL last year was absolutely wild. The NBA went crazy. Baseball was even wild. The Premier League went down to the final day, and then the City came back from 2-0 down to win 3-2 in the final moments of that game too. It was absolutely wild. Everywhere in the world in sport, the competition level from the last 3, 4, 5 years have now really rallied up, and you're seeing some crazy games because there's so many quality competitors now, the best of the best in the business. So that's what I'm saying. We're just getting bigger and better in sport. It's still fresh, and I tell you what, it's just going to continue to go down this direction with games just being super close no matter what. And up it goes in Latrell, and he will slap it on through. Bang! 12-8 here. 12-8. 12-8. Sasson Kelson says double sin bin and Bain still scored. Yeah, but also the Roosters, they had a sin bin and they scored. So both teams have been down a player here and scored with the players down. Both teams have had a player down and still scored. Unbelievable. Just simply unbelievable. Sasson Kelson, Zembaz, this is a crazy game. Brian Robertson, that Sean Mick double looking good. Yeah, it's looking good now. But it's just crazy what sport can do to you, man. You're just sitting here, you're watching it, but geez, you just feel that electricity going through your body. This is why we love sport. This is why we love sport, because this feeling. I'm not even a Roosters or Rabbitohs fan. Imagine if this was the Titans. Dear me. So the Rabbitohs will get the ball here at the 10. And they'll give it off here to Havili. And Havili will get this ball now to the 20. Oh, man. We've still got a long way to go in this game. We've only been here for 24 minutes, lads. We've only been here for 24 minutes. Justin DeCat says Rabbits got to hang on to the ball as long as they can. Absolutely. Now, the reason why I'm going to answer what you said before, back in the day, that wouldn't have been a sin bin. But because Gus Burgess actually had a high tackle before it was a penalty and it didn't get sin bin, and then 3 tackles later made another high tackle. It was arguably higher, heavier. Damien Cookie gets the ball at the 45. Right inside here, Ilias back onto Latrell. Latrell here at the 50. And that might be a high tackle here against the Roosters. That might be a high tackle there against the Roosters. Oh, there's a player down here. There's an injury. It's a penalty to the Rabbitohs. This game is just bang, 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 bang. I can't even answer the chat right now because it's just so hectic. But Latrell Mitchell, yes, a penalty there for a high tackle. And that was Sam Walker there who actually did connect him with him high. I don't think it's a sin bin, though. I don't think it's a sin bin. Take the whistle off the ref, someone please. But Luke, they're not the wrong calls. Justin Cassidy's called it both ways. He has been. The referee hasn't been bad in this game. There's no way. The Roosters had a player sent to the bin. The Rabbitohs have had 2 players sent to the bin. How can you say that the referee's been one-sided here? Both teams have been called high tackles. Both teams have been called the exact same thing. What do you mean call it both ways? The Roosters had a player down for 10 minutes prior. Makes no sense. So Rabbitohs here, 25 metres out here from the line. First tackle, Damien Cook with the ball. They go right-hand side here. And it's going to be a big run by Silva Havili. He's playing a really integral role in this last 10 minutes, Havili. He's not the hooker today, Damien Cook is, but Havili's played well to bench. Left-hand side here. And the Rabbitohs still down 2 men, by the way. It's still 13-11 here to the Roosters. And the Rabbitohs are 3 metres out. I agree, Luke. I'm not saying he's been bad, just let the boys go at it. Yeah, there's a lot of penalties, but in the same sense, there is a lot of high tackles. So 4 tackled here. We've seen with the finals so far, he hasn't actually utilised the whistle too much, the refs. Oh, the Rabbitohs are trying to milk a penalty here, but he's not going to call it. Cameron Murray, he's trying to stay down here. He's trying to milk a penalty. Warrior Hargraves, look at him. Warrior Hargraves is just staring him in the eyes saying, get out of it, mate. Get out of it, mate. Oh, boy. Get out of it. Warrior Hargraves looking him in the eyes saying, just get out of my face. Or does he get connected high here? Will Hargraves go to the bin here? Will Hargraves potentially go to the bin here? This might be insane. Look at him, the glare. My God, Warrior Hargraves with the Kubrick stare. Mate, that stare was just immense. Look at him. Look at the stare off there with Warrior Hargraves and Murray. That's incredible. So I don't think it's going to be a penalty. I think it's just going to be play on here. Unless the referee, I don't know. Yeah, play the ball. Good call. Okay, good. Good. No penalty. Good call. Oh, we like it. So 4 tackle over the Rabbitohs. 3 metres out from the line. Right hand side, and they just got through the forwards here. Let's go soak up time right now. The Rabbitohs got to soak up time. Yeah, Murray will have to go for the HIA too. There goes Cook. Cook here. They rush up quickly. Matangi. Knock on. No, it's a knock on. No. It's no try. It's a no try. No. Rabbitohs are going to score a try here. It's going to be a knock on. Don't even get excited. Don't get excited here. There's about 3 knock-ons here for the Rabbitohs. There is about 3 knock-ons here. TSM, you're getting excited for no reason. You guys are getting excited for no reason. It's going to be a knock-on here against the Rabbitohs. It's going to be a knock-on against the Rabbitohs. There's like about 14 million knock-ons here from the Rabbitohs. There's about 15.5 million knock-ons. Kolomatangi, there's no way this is not a knock-on here. There's no way that's not a knock-on here from... yeah, absolutely. His hands are still on the ball, but he's bubbled it. Yeah, lose possession. It's absolutely... You could argue a penalty here for a strip, actually, from the Roosters. You could make an argument as a penalty for a strip, but I think it's just simply a knock-on. That's called knock-on every day of the week. It's a knock-on, absolutely. Knocked on, no shit. Like, that was so obvious. Referee, how could they not call that? And not only that, but the Rabbitohs will knock it on again before that even happens. The Rabbitohs will go on to knock that ball 2 times. I don't know why people were so excited there. It was very obvious that was... And I think that could have been a penalty. But in the same sense, they've called that as a knock-on there against the Rabbitohs, and the Roosters will get the ball to get the 10. Jeez, this game is hectic. So 14 minutes to go in the first half. We're all going to get a good sleep tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Tupou taken down at the 15. Rabbitohs still down a man. You watch the Roosters for that. So the way this game's gone, first 10 minutes were Rabbitohs, second 10 minutes were Roosters, third 10 minutes was has been Rabbitohs. And Warrior Hargraves has had to come off here. And the crowd went crazy there just because Warrior Hargraves comes off. Oh, is there a penalty here? What's happening here? We're looking at Warrior Hargraves go off the field, but I don't understand what's happening. There must be a penalty here to the Roosters or the Rabbitohs. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, Roosters knock on. It's a Roosters knock on here. And the Rabbitohs will get the ball. I was wondering why there was such a celebration from the crowd there. But it will be because there will be a knock on. So Warrior Hargraves goes off the field. I think, my chat's frozen. I can't see your chat right now. So left-hand side now for Alex Johnston. Sorry, Tass. And Tass gets the ball to 18 metres out here from the line. First tackle now. Cody Walker. He'll go right-hand side here. And now they're 15 metres out. Second tackle, Jai Arrow taken down. Jeez, the atmosphere is going wild. You get it off to Damien Cook. Cook now gives it off to Totola. And Totola here. He'll get taken out of the 8. Third tackle. Rabbitohs are still down a man. The Rabbitohs are still, down 2 men. Watson came off for Warrior Hargraves, by the way. Bad pass, but Ilias gets it back. Gives it off to Walker. Walker here to Murray. And Murray gets taken out of 10. Murray has to go for HIA. He went down before and faked an injury. So you have to go for HIA. Right-hand side here. It's Totola. No, 3 metres out. Fit tackle. 3 metres out here. Fit tackle. They're going to go left-hand side here through Damien Cook. Gets it off to Murray. Chance here. Oh, it's going to be a knock-on maybe from the Roosters. It's going to be Rabbitohs. No, what? I'm convinced that Roosters knocked that ball on there. Mitchell's just getting into Nguama here. It's a penalty. Whoa, what's going on? Jeez, this is fiery. All right. So there's going to be a penalty here to the Roosters. They're going to say you can't challenge it. So Latrell's just giving away a penalty there to try and get a challenge, but you can't do that. So basically, he was giving that penalty away so that he could challenge the call. Because I believe it definitely was a knock-on for the Roosters, but Latrell didn't realise the rules are you can't challenge after you deliberately give away a penalty like that anymore. That was 100% a knock-on. It was 1,000,000,000% a knock-on, but in the same sense, Latrell was mistaken there. You cannot do that. You cannot do what Latrell just did. So Roosters now, they're 45 metres out from the line. It's going to be second tackle now. Burgess is about to come back on here. Rabbitohs here, rush up. Roosters left their side here. Hutchison's away. He did a 25. He did a 20, 15, 10. Hutchinson, high tackle Latrell, maybe. I think that's high. From Latrell. But it's a good tackle regardless. Drew is trying to complain. Drew Hutchison's trying to complain about it too. But Hutchinson should have passed his ball. Hutchinson should have passed that ball way earlier than that. So Hutchinson should have passed that ball way earlier. Brother, like you got to get that ball to Tupou there. You've got to get that ball to Tupou, mate. And no, that's a fine tackle. It's a good tackle. Nah, it's a good tackle. Nah, it's all on Hutchinson that. It's all on Hutchinson that. That's a good tackle there. Just silly. Just silly there from Hutchinson. Very silly. All right, so this is going to be the Rabbitohs getting the ball here. So let me just refresh this chat here so that I can see what you guys are saying. So it's going to be Rabbitohs here at the 15 now. Rabbitohs here at the 15. Oh boy, this game is just... I can't wait for half time just so I can have a breath. My God. 10 minutes to go here, guys, of the first half. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new around here. If your mates aren't watching this game, you message them and call them right now and tell them they're missing out on one of the best games that rugby league has ever put on. Third tackle now at the 35. They go right-hand side into Burgess, and Burgess will get this ball out to the 45. Fourth tackle here. 10 minutes to go. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you are new around here. Left-hand side, Walker. Walker breaks into the 45. Fifth tackle now is a nice one there by Cody Walker. Damien Cook gets it off here. And Ilias now. He's going to whack that bad boy up in the air. Roosters should get this one around the 13. Tupou grabs it. Taken down. Deegan says, up to Bunnies. Great game, mate. Guys, a three-man overlap and they're still useless in attack. Mate, they still score with the man down as well. So it's like, I get it. But in the same sense, they did still score. Don't be getting too cocky or confident now. There's a long way to go in this game. But the Rabbitohs do get their two men back. Oh no! Tedesco's failed HIA! Tedesco failed HIA, he won't be back! Tedesco won't be coming back, Tedesco's out of the game! Wow, that's huge! Crichton will get taken out the halfway line for a tackle, that's insane! Tedesco will not be returning to the game with that HIA. So Roosters now get taken down to the 35, that is just wild. So fifth tackle now, so that means that Suwali will probably play the rest of the game in the fullback unless Nguama comes back from that HIA. Rabbitohs here. Oh, good tackle Latrell. And Latrell gets into the 20. Oh, jeez. Justin DeCousey says, can't root for a team named after Man Meat. Who's that? Who's that? South Sydney Rabbitohs, Sydney Roosters. I don't understand what that means. So it's going to be... Yeah, I actually need... Yeah, the commentary's right there. Oh, penalty! Penalty! Get out of it, referee. That's not... Oh! Yeah, but you can't just put the ball... Vossi's right. You can't just put the ball on the ground there. Oh, she's ready. Says Victor going in for the legs, though. Can we time out people who say things like that until we officially know? I don't even know what you're talking about. The moderators are doing their job here, man. The moderators have got a heavy job on their hands today, mate. Whoever's a moderator right now, whoever's here, trucking Jay, buddy, Daz, mate. There's probably others. I just haven't been able to look at the chat too much. They've got a big job today, mate, so they'll do their best. So Rabbitohs here at the halfway line. Campbell Graham gets up to Kolomatangi, and Kolomatangi will get this ball to the 45. Roosters can't win with that Teddy. Turbo time, settle down, mate. Long way to go in, mate. Long way to go in. Suwali gets his chance at fullback. Left-hand side now, and Rabbitohs will get this ball to the 35. Second tackle now. Oh, Roosters, Eagles, Cock. Okay, I'll get it now, Justin. Isaac Baxter says, who do you think will win? I tipped Rabbitohs beforehand. I'll probably lean with Rabbitohs, especially now with Tedesco out, but... Oh! Crichton! He's going to have to come off! Crichton's going to have to come off! Oh, my God! Wild! That is a huge hit from Burgess. He has a fresh 10 men to Biffo! Crichton got slammed! Salwararu Waititi says Roosters suck toes. Oh, is that an elbow to the face? Does he chuck his elbow into Crichton's face there? Crichton won't come back from that, I don't reckon. This is Origin like. There's a bit of an elbow to the face there from Burgess. But yeah, this is Origin like this. This is an Origin game. This is Origin 3 like, absolutely. So Crichton's gonna have to come off for 15 minutes, lads. Crichton's gonna have to come off for a few minutes. Burgess won't get sent off. Burgess won't be sent off. No. Tasman says right on the chin. But you can definitely see the elbow go into Crichton's face. I think the match review committee might see something there. But be interesting. There's going to be no one. Like, this is chaotic. This is ridiculous, this game. This game is just insane. It's insane. Tawaru says, who's your top 10? I don't understand what that means. We're in the finals. So third tackle over the Rabbitohs. Right hand side. Taken down now at the 18. Don't forget, guys, in literally 47 minutes, one of these two teams will be gone from the competition for 2022. It's an elimination final of the ages. Left hand side now. They get sport to the 10th. 5 metres out now. Fifth tackle. 5 metres out. Fifth tackle. Damien Cook left hand side. Walker. Yeah! Oh! So close there for Jai Arrow. So close for Jai Arrow. Every time this concussion rule is screwed. But it is what it is, mate. The concussion rule's there for a reason, for the health and safety of players long term. I get you're a fan, and I get people want to see the best of the best playing the game. But there's a reason why the concussion rule is there. Because players are finding a lot of health problems and mental problems later on in their life because of the high contact. They're trying to get rid of this high contact. And it's fair enough that the concussion rule will rule them out of the game. They can't come back because they don't want to. They can't probably count to 10. That's the thing. You don't see that. Tedesco probably couldn't count to 10, or he couldn't see straight, or something we don't see. There's a reason why they don't come back. So Roosters now full tackle at the field. Oh, let's go back with that 5. Tubo to 30. Tubo to 20. Tubo to 10. Oh, should have passed the ball, Tubo. He should have passed the ball. Verrills right side. Walker kicks it through for himself, and it will be... Oh! Pass the ball, Tupou. Tupou, you pass the ball and you score there. I can't believe he held that ball there, Tupou. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, Tupou. How does he... That's a great tackle from Latrell Mitchell. I just want to say this, guys. I think the Sharks beat... I think Sharks win next week. This is way too physical. These guys are going to be absolutely exhausted. They got players injured. They got HIAs left, right, and centre. The Sharks are loving this game. The Sharks are loving this game right now. Third tackle now with the Rabbitohs at the 45. This should have been the grand final. Oh, imagine this was a grand final, Turbo Tom. Imagine this was a grand final. Rabbitohs now fourth tackle. We're only in week 1, lads. We've only had 2 elimination finals, and this is one of them. Next week, we got Eels versus the Raiders, and then the Sharks versus whoever wins this game. After that, we'll have the knockouts between the Panthers and then the Sharks or the winner of this game. Yeah, after that, the Cowboys take on the winner of the Eels-Raiders game. Oh, and then the grand final. There's so much footy to come still. Up it goes there. The Roosters grab it. Kevin O'Grama, nice catch. Nice catch. Tawaru says, bro, Rabbitohs still have a chance. Mate, they're winning. Of course they have a chance. So, Roosters now... Oh! Suwali annihilated! Plus possible suspensions, Cody? Absolutely. Absolutely. This is an all-timer game, so girls. I reckon this will go down as the best game we've ever seen. I reckon this, at this point, this game will go down as the best game we've ever seen. Especially if there's like a field goal in it or a last-second try. Sam Walker, yeah. Walker gets the ball to the 35, fourth tackle now. Yes, suspension is another one, Cody, that not many people are thinking about. Left-hand side now for Keary. Keary now gives it off to... But then again, you've got to think of the fans, as Vlandis would say. Think of the fans. So, fifth tackle now for the Roosters. They're 42 metres out. Right-hand side, Sam Walker whacks that one to the centre, and it will bounce. That's a good kick, actually. That's a good kick. Yeah, it has exhausted. Vossi's right. This first half has exhausted all of us. It's been an exhausting one here. Hit the like, ton of the cards. Yeah, guys, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. We're here for every single game, baby. Get around it. The 2015 Grand Final wants what this game has. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. Grand Final 2015 finished off fantastic, but it wasn't great for the first 70, but this one has just got it all over in the first 40 here. So third tackle now. By the way, yeah, you're right, Turbo Tom. If Sam Walker had to kick both of his kicks, it would be 12-12 right now. But it's fourth tackle now for the Rabbitohs. Fourth tackle here for the Rabbitohs. Damien Cook goes out to the right-hand side to Kolomatangi. Oh, that's a great pass to Ilias, and Ilias inside the attacking half. Ilias inside the attacking half now. And Cook will give this ball off into Murray. Murray now to Cody Walker. Walker's going to whack that ball up in the air. That's a high kick up there, but the Roosters will get it through Nguama. Nguama crunching the tackle. Obviously, Nguama getting ready for that Fiji World Cup at the end of this year. Oh, we've got the Rugby League World Cup right after this as well. Boy, oh boy. We get 2 weeks break and then the Rugby League World Cup comes up. My goodness me, we've got no break this year. Second tackle here right inside of Hutchison, and Hutchison now gets his ball up to the 35, third tackle. Do you think Raiders will have a chance? I don't think they have a chance to win the grand final. That's a high tackle. Oh, they're not going to call it. That was a bit of a loose arm there from Tommy Burgess, but they're not going to call it. So right-hand side here for the Roosters, and they'll get this ball to the halfway line. Tackle gets the offload away, and Sam Verrills will get an extra 10. He'll pass it off here to Connor Watson. Watson gets the offload away again. It's still going here. Got to hone on these offloads here, Rabbitohs, and Sam Walker will get this ball to the 35. Justin, I don't think America has a team in the World Cup, but if they did, mate, you'd probably get beat by 100. I'm not even talking shit. I'm just saying, like, you would. And the Rabbitohs get taken out at the 3. I don't know if America do, but if they do, God help your souls. First tackle now, because New Zealand are going to be immense. Obviously, Australia will go and kill it. You know, Fiji will kill it. PNG will kill it. England will probably still be thereabouts. Tupou's injured here, guys. Tupou's groin's done here, lads. This could be Tupou done. His groin is what made him sit out last week, and he definitely looks like he's got... That's nearly 4 past there from the Rabbitohs there. Gets the offload, though. Third tackle. Rabbitohs here at the 30. They give it outside to Walker. I don't know if the Roosters are going to field a full 13 players for this game. There's something... Tedesco's gone. Tupou's going to be gone here. They're going to have 2 players left on the bench here. And who else has been injured or taken out here? I don't know. Out in the full there for the Rabbitohs. Ah! Ilias puts the ball out in the full. The Roosters will have 2 minutes here, and they're going to be inside the attack at 40. Oh, boy. USA technically didn't qualify the Rugby League World Cup, if I'm not wrong. Well, there you go. But Ilias kicks the ball out in the full, and now the Roosters will have an attack inside the attack at 40 here to try and... I think this nearly deserves a first half tie, but I would lean with the Rabbitohs being the better team in this first half, though. You'd have to argue, especially being down 2 men and still scoring a try or 2 tries. Ridiculous. All right, so Roosters now, they're 20... No, sorry, they scored 1 try. Roosters here, it's been so back and forth in this game. Right-hand side here to Radley. Radley here to Keary. Keary here to Butcher. And Butcher will get taken out to 20. Yeah, because I don't know if Crichton will come back. They may have 1 left. No, Darcy Muse. I don't think there's a mercy rule. I think you just play out. Oh! They'll get this ball to the 10. 4 tackle now, 10 metres out. Roosters dropping like flies. They are. So 4 tackle. I bit my tongue there, gee whiz. 4 tackle here, left hand side, gives it up to Keary. It's Suwali! Oh, he threw the ball to the Rabbitohs. Oh, it was an easy try for the Roosters gone begging. It was a try for the Roosters gone begging there. Wow. TSM, there's going to be Roosters fans who are going to shit on you if you lose this game. You got to be very careful. Roosters fans are going to shit on you. So second tackle now for the Rabbitohs at the 20. They got left-hand side, Damien Cook to Kolomatangi. Kolomatangi will get this ball to the 30. The attrition is enormous in this game. Oh, man. It's only the first half, mate. The second half is going to be where we really see it. Latrell, why? What is he doing? It's going to go over the sideline. It's going to go to half-time. But why is Latrell doing that? He keeps kicking so early. Why not the game, TSM? Yeah, exactly right. You couldn't hold me back if my team was here, but that is a half. That is a half of footy. Now that is a half of footy. My God. 12-8 here at halftime to the Rabbitohs, guys. Go and hit that thumbs up button. Let's get to 150 likes on this stream. And subscribe if you're new around here. Turbo Thomas, this is the game of the year. Mate, this could be the game of the bloody Rugby League history, mate. I can tell you that right now. This is just immense on every level. Physical, attrition, injuries, controversy, sin bins. My God, everything's been in this game. Tedesco is not going to be coming back for the Roosters because of the high tackle early days. You've seen high tackles galore. It's just mad. It's just absolutely mad here. And I'm going to take a drink off the side of the camera because I just need to have a drink. Give me 1 second. Boy, my gosh. Dustin Dukowski says, I got a question. It's only just Pepsi Max, but my God, I need that drink. I got a question. Why early in the first half? Why did the Rabbits kick the ball in the first half? Well, no, it's a good question. None of us know. Sachin Gelson says, that half was proper rugby league. It was absolutely insane. Ray Cheese Rent says, BRB going to walk my dog during half time. Yeah, get a bit of a rest going. Take him around the block and then come back, sit down, put your feet up. Well, don't even put your feet up because you won't be able to relax. And it's not going to be a relaxing second half, that's for sure. G. Ramsfield says, field possession is kicking like that. No, G. Yes, but no. I don't know what Latrell's thinking because it's not about field position because he kicked the ball on first tackle inside his own 20 and gave the Roosters their first attack of the game from that silly little play. It made no sense. It doesn't make sense. It wasn't a smart decision at any stage and the Roosters nearly scored at the back of it. Sami Souza says, first half was pure rugby league indeed. Expecting the same thing as World Cup. I'm not even at the World Cup yet, mate. We've still got finals to go. We've still got the second half of this game. We've still got next 2 games and then the 2 games after that and then the grand final. So we still have 2, 4, 5.5 games left of this kind of finals excitement. And I'm just so keen to see who comes out top at the end of it because it's a hard one. But I do think the Panthers are probably going to still be too good. Especially with the fact that all these teams are bashing the shit out of each other right now. All these teams are bashing the absolute shit out of each other. The Panthers and, the Cowboys will be loving it. But then again, the Cowboys had a 93-minute game last night. So they're going to need that week off. Your Sharks are loving this, but they had a 93-minute game last night. I guess the only team right now that hasn't exactly had the hardest of slogs was probably the Raiders. I think the Raiders didn't really get absolutely hardly slogged, and also the Panthers, because the Eels didn't play too well in that game. And I don't think it was as physical as I thought it was going to be. I don't think it was as physical as I thought it was going to be. Austin Leet says, go the South. Yeah, good stuff so far, mate. Obviously still very early here. Obviously still very, very early. But you got to be happy with scoring a try whilst being down 2 men. But you've also got to be upset with conceding a try whilst being up a man. Jason Storm got to rest next week. Yeah, Storm got the bye next week. Also got the bye for the prelim and also got the bye for the grand final. So good luck to him. Greg says, Teddy Guy's a massive loss. Time for Swali to step up. Well, that's the thing, Greg. So it's like, yes, it's a massive loss, but I don't necessarily think it is just an absolute game-losing loss. I think Suwali, he wants to be the fullback. He wants to be that guy. This is his opportunity here. The issue with Tedesco going down actually derives from the fact that now the Roosters only have a few players left on the bench. It's not really about the actual Tedesco specifically. It's about the fact that they've only got 2 players left on the bench, because I don't think that Daniel Tebo's going to come back. I don't think he'll come back. He looked like he did his groin there, which is what we've seen him have all this season. Tedesco won't be back. I don't even know right now if Crichton comes back. We haven't heard the positive HIA test there yet. We haven't seen the positive HIA from the other player. There's a couple of players we're still waiting. They could finish less than 13. They could finish this game with less than 13 if the game goes like this, or they could play the whole second half with just straight up 13, which would be really, really tough in a game like this, man. Really tough. They'll be exhausted. But this is what these players are made of. You know, I tell you what, from this point, you'd nearly argue the Sharks want the Roosters to win, I'd say. I think Sharks probably beat both these teams now, but I think that at this point, the Sharks would be probably hoping more so to play the Shooksters. I know the Roosters have a good record against them, but the way this game has played out, injuries galore, potential suspensions, if that's actually for the Rabbitohs over the suspensions, injuries galore and HIA galore and physicality, slamming down, slaughtering, it's just something that probably the Sharkies might actually favour. Noel Rex says, afternoon, mate, you'd be in a bloody whirlwind, eh? Erling Haaland says, win Rabbitohs. As a Sharks fan, I want you guys to smash the Roosters. I don't know, man. I think you probably swap around now. I do. I really think that as a Sharks fan, you should probably swap around your mindset. I think that the Rabbitohs are probably the easier matchup for the Sharks, but right now with the Roosters having all these players go down, injuries and all that type of stuff, I think that you probably do want the Roosters to win this. Skank says, but before the game, I was saying the Rabbitohs for the Sharkies. Before the game, I thought the Sharkies would prefer to play the Rabbitohs, yeah. Watson might have a lot to have to slot in centre. Yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard. Knowledge reaches lots of missed opportunities for us. I don't know why Tibbet didn't pass it to Radley. Don't know why Tibbet didn't pass it, but also the last one. The last try went begging as well. If they actually had got the right pass or even kicked it through at the corner. Jordan Swan says, Congo prediction. Ask me on a stream this week, bro. I'll probably do a stream at some point this week. Might do some GeoGuessr or something like that, like a sports stadium GeoGuessr, and just chat about finals. Right now, this game's way too... I couldn't think of anything. Even if you asked me about Geelong, mate, I wouldn't have a clue about Geelong right now because my mind is so focused on such an actual insane game here in rugby league. Somebody says, perfect time for Damien Cook to step up and deliver for that 2 Aussie hooker spots. Yeah, I think at this point, man, you're probably going to be seeing... I honestly think you probably could see all 3 of them go over there. I think Ben Hunt will, no matter what, get a spot, probably as the 14. And if they wanted to go, they go either Damien Cook or Harry Grant. I don't think Harry Grant had a fantastic year. I think Harry Grant is on the teetering edge of playing for Australia. I think if Damien Cook has a good final series, they win this game, and Cook has a good game, and he has a good game next week, I really feel like it's going to be hard to push past Damien Cook being that hooker alongside Ben Hunt rather than Harry Grant. Yeah. Which is a big call. Jay's former like, slap it. Yeah, come on, guys. Let's get to 100 likes. Let's do it. Come on. Let's get to 100 likes. And then on our way to 150. Let's see if we get to 150 likes on this stream. How many people we got watching? We have currently got 125 people watching. So let's get up to... let's get our best to see if we get to 110 likes before the end of half-time. Pauline Elliott says, East could call in some of the girls to help. Yeah, you're going to need them. You're going to need them right now, the old East, because they're down. They're down their talent. They've got injuries galore. Injuries galore right now. Sammy says, I picked Swans on that one. Yeah, cool. But yeah, let's get to 150 likes. That'd be great. 12-8 for the Rabbitohs here at halftime. At least this is just a little bit of a Just breathe, because if that was how the first half was, this second half is going to be nuts. KP says Burgess should have been sent off since he took 2 out in 1 minute. No, he should not have been sent off. That's ridiculous. That's very silly, KP. No, sin bin, he was likely to be sin bin, but sin bin was the right call. Sin bin was the right call. Send off was never going to happen there, man. The first call, I probably think he should have been sin bin for the first one, but they deemed it wasn't send off sin bin worthy. I think that was actually worse than the second one. But then when the second one came around, it actually wasn't as bad as the first one. So they definitely put it into a sin bin. But there's no way it was send off. There's no way it was a send off. Brian Robinson says that's a big call considering how well the combo works for Queensland. It is, but if Damien Cook leads the Rabbitohs here to a win over the Roosters and then a win over the Sharks and then potentially has a good game against the Panthers, are you going to be able to say no? Because what's Harry Grant done this year? He didn't have a great Origin series. Harry Grant didn't have a great Origin series and also didn't really perform for Melbourne this year. So, yes, you could obviously go with Grant, and no one's going to be unhappy either way here, but I just think the form of Damien Cook could pull him through if he has a good enough final series here. But they need to win this game. He can't just rely on this one game here. I also don't think he's necessarily been the best of the Rabbitohs here, but the game has obviously been in his favour because of the pace of the game, and the Rabbitohs are leading, I guess, because of the way that he is moving the ball, but it's just not been a standout game for him. But it's hard to have a standout game in a game of this kind of, in a game that has this much energy about it. Waldred says, I can see a proper punch-on coming in this game. I don't know. If there's a proper punch-on there, it's going to be a bit... I don't know about that. The only reason is because these players should be smart enough to realise they'll be in the bin and they could cost themselves a chance in the finals next week. You get sent off or you get sin binned with a punch-on here, then you may be the only one throwing punches, or if there's 2 or 3 people throwing punches, you're going to dramatically impact the game in a negative way, and you might be the reason why the fans all send you death threats and stuff. It's not acceptable, but it is what's going to happen, and this is in the back of the players' minds. They can get in a punch on, but I just don't think it's going to happen. And if you do become that guy who gets sent to the bin for a punch on, people will love you then, but then when you lose, they will blame you. And that's when they're going to go onto your Instagram, your Facebook and Twitter and in public, and they're going to just blast you. And a lot of players do understand this. So yeah, it's not something that a lot of players will probably be thinking about, that I'm going to go and throw a punch here because it just looks silly on them and it will make a big mistake for their season and their team. Brian Roberts says, yeah, you're right. Either way, Australia's looking strong. Either way, Australia wins. I'm sorry, but either way, Australia will... either way, Australia's going to win the World Cup. Either way, Australia is going to win the World Cup. It just is what it is. I think New Zealand will be competitive, but overall, I think the form of the Australian team will continue to pull through. I just think that they're going to be simply too good here. And but I'll be interested to see how many people do get up and watch it. I will be interested to see how many of you do get up and watch it, because it's on at an absolutely horrific time. I've told you this. I have told you. Thank you, by the way, guys. We got to 100. We did get to 100 likes. Now we're on our way to 150. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how many people do get up for the Rugby League World Cup. Sebastian says, I think players who give a shit about social media need to give it a grip. So no, Sebastian, not in that sense. In the sense of they're going to get absolutely blasted and abused from idiots online, is what I was saying. Tasman says, unless you're Penrith, you can serve it next season. Yeah, exactly right. Hunt and Cook, good straight combo. I still think that Hunt and Grant is what you'd go with based on the chemistry they've already created for themselves. But I would not be upset with Cook and Hunt. I don't necessarily think that Cook and Grant would work well together, but that's a really interesting situation there, putting Grant and Hook. I think people have forgotten that Grant and Cook are still probably the 2 best hookers in the game, and that Hunt has, because he had a really solid Origin series and season, he's been playing in the halfback role for the most of it. Yes, obviously he played a good series in Origin as hooker, but I still think Mal might lean with going with Harry Grant and Cook. It's still a very big potential, and no one's going to be upset about it. No one's going to be upset about it. Charlie Johnson's up to players for the first half. Mate, insane first half. Insane. Just simply insane, mate. Alex says Australia could fill a team of Luke Brooks and Jay Carpenter and Australia would still win. It's not a horrendous shout. It's not a horrendous shout, but it's not going to happen, obviously. Not a horrendous shout. Be interesting to see how they did go. Be interesting to see how they do go there. Not true at all, Drunk Tigers fan. Yeah. I reckon they'd still give it. I reckon like Hodgkinson and Josh Reynolds still won Origin against Smith, Slater, Cooper Cronk, and the likes. I think that there's still a shout that you could chuck in 2 rando halves and Australia still probably get the job done there. Charlie Johnson, do you think we can win this? Mate, I tipped the Rabbitohs pre-game. I tipped you the Rabbitohs pre-game, mate. Darren says, is it me or has this halftime feel longer than normal? It's just because we're so excited for the next game, but trust me, I'm enjoying this little break here. Justin Tukowski says, Tuivasa losing last week broke my heart. It was a fantastic fight, though. Good on him. Even a teammate of entirely New South Wales Cup players would still take it for the Aussies. I don't know about that, but then we'd start to get into England's Super League territory. Sebastian says, let Alex be in charge of Aussie's group stage fixtures. Mate, you know what? Give it to him. Let's just give it to him. Roosters are done, Tolly Parson says. What a silly comment. What a silly comment. Dasmate says, yeah, but Hodgkinson and Reynolds are top one in all time in their positions. Keno says, it's a tough ask for the Roosters here without Teddy and Crichton. So Crichton can't come back. Is he gone? Is Crichton failed HIA? Has Crichton failed HIA? That's insane if true, because Daniel Tupou's not going to come back. So they'll be down to one man on the bench. There'll be one man on the bench. Happy birthday, Luba Lava. Brighton Robin says, here we go. Exactly right. Roosters about to come out here. Wow. So Crichton gone for the game. Crichton, Tedesco gone for the game. And I don't know if Daniel Tupou comes back either. Oh, boy. All right, guys. Second half is about to get back underway. Let's hit that thumbs up button. Come on, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you are new around here. Keno says, surely he has. What do you mean? You just said without Crichton. This is why I don't trust the chat. You guys don't know shit. I don't wait for it on here. So Crichton may not be back. This guy, I don't know what he's talking about. Jamie Robinson said, what a game this is, BKR. No Tedesco will make it tough. Yeah, no Tedesco. And I don't believe that Daniel Tupou will come back too. I don't know. We'll see if Daniel Tupou runs out here. So you got, alright, Keary, Radley, Walker, Verrills, Takiyaho, Butcher. Where's Crichton? I can't see Crichton coming back out here, and Tupou's definitely not there. Tupou's definitely not there either. Brighton Robin says, Roosters cheerleaders, gee whiz. Still think the Sharkies cheerleaders are the best, but yeah, there's no... so Angus Crichton has failed his HIA. Angus Crichton has failed his HIA, lads. So no Tedesco, no Crichton, and more than likely no Tupou means one player left on the bench for the Roosters for the rest of this game. Here we go. Toledo Partners, I'm pretty sure if three are off, they can use the 18th man. Oh, they can use the 18th and 19th man. They actually could because they were done by dangerous, by fouls. Crichton one wasn't classed as a foul though. They didn't class the Crichton one, so they can't bring one there. But Kevin Naguama's already the 18th man, so he's already there. So they've actually got two players still on the bench then. I don't think Tupou's there, so I think they're down to two on the bench with that 18th player coming in. Rooster torn apart nonetheless. Absolutely, Sebastian, but there's no way I would 100% call them out of this game yet. Four tackle over the Rabbitohs at the 45-metre line. Damien Cook's going to go to the left-hand side here. And they'll get the ball to the 45 now. Fit tackle now. No, not all of them were HIA, Talitha. Crichton did not go off with a penalty. So you can only bring on a player from the 18 or 19 man. Oh, it's a huge hit to start off there. And Suarez going to get a high tackle, and that's going to be a penalty to Roosters straight away. Burgess is very silly, man. Burgess is very silly today. If Burgess gets a number... Oh, man, he could easily be sent to the bin again. He could easily get sent to the bin again here. Like this, he's just getting a bit crazy. Oh, that's not even a high tackle. That's not even a high tackle. I don't even know if he made a high contact there. Brian said that wasn't high. Gee up. Yeah, I don't even think he touched him in regards to his head. I think that was a good acting there from Suwali. Oh, that's a start there, though. That's a start. So Roosters now 35 metres out. I just want to say, I really think the referees have done a great job today's game. I think the Roosters have had a fantastic job in today's game. Alright, so second tackle over the Roosters. Oh, no! That's a bad play the ball. Takiyaho's been smashed. That's a bad play the ball. That's a bad play the ball. Oh, my goodness me. So that's going to be a knock-on, effectively. Bad play the ball from the Roosters. So they don't forget the ball. Alright, here we go. That was just a good shot. Yeah, well, I guess this is karma. I guess this is karma here. You can see it says they got up here. Oh, they're going to say it's going to be tackle 2. What? They're going to get the ball to the Roosters still? Bullshit. Nah, you can't be saying it's going to be tackle 2 there. It's an incorrect play the ball. It should be Rabbitohs' ball. Adam Bailey says Roosters down to 1 on the bench. I don't believe so because the first HIA for Tedesco was a foul, they got to bring on Kevin Naguama. So they should actually still have 16. They should still have 2 on the bench. If I'm wrong, Adam, let me know. But I'm pretty certain because they got to bring on one of their reserves. Oh, it's a head clash. It's a head clash there. This is carnage, St. DeVito. The Sharks are loving this game. The Sharks are loving this game. That should be Buddy's ball here. This is bullshit. This is bullshit from the ref. This is bullshit from the ref. This should be. So now, oh no, okay, so Adam, yeah, you're right now. So Warrior Hargraves is now the only player on the bench. So Kieran can't come on until there's a foul. Yeah, no, Adam, you're right now. That's what commentators are saying. So you're right now. So Warrior Hargraves comes on. They have to find a way to get Kieran. Oh, bro. It's actually the 19th man, Daz, mate. Kevin Nkwama was the 18th man. So this is actually the 19th man they're trying to get on here. Bug Me Quinlan says South have knocked more people out than all of 2022 season in this one match. Mate, it's absolutely crazy, the ferocity in this game. 4 tackle now. They get this ball to the 40. 4 tackle now. It should have been Rabbitohs ball, man. That's bullshit. It should have been Rabbitohs ball. Right inside, Walker. Walker to Suwali. Oh, 25 metres out from the line. 25 metres out even the line. Right at 6 again. Even the Roosters. No! No! What are you doing? No! Knock on Rabbitohs. It was a 6 again for the Roosters. Sam Walker still kicked it. And the Rabbitohs are going to knock it on. But Damien Cook's injured here. Oh no! Damien Cook's injured here. Time out, Jay. Time out. Brian Robinson says Cook's shoulder popped out. Oh shit! This game is carnage. This game is carnage. Oh my god, if you're a Sharks fan, you're loving this game. But Lodge is forced to knock on there. Sam Walker kicking it on with the set restart. It's wild. Oh no. Oh no. This game is insane. It's crazy game. So Cook is okay, but you can see him still feeling at his shoulder. If he had to come off Saliva Havili, would have to go into that number 9. So Roosters here with the ball. Scrum feed, 15 minutes out. They score here. They take the lead. Left their side here. Underneath to Watson. And Watson taking down to 10. Oh, full forward pass. Oh, my God. Oh, boy. That's a forward pass. Adam Bradley's next week's game against the Sharks. Who played in the hospital ward. Mate, possibly, man. Might have been playing at the Miranda Hospital at this point. Jeez, forward pass on first tackle too. Oh, that's so silly. That's so silly. That's so silly, man. So silly. Isaac Nigel says PNG behind AJ Country's rep, getting around Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea. Senpai says may as well fill the bloody emergency ward. Mate, right now anything can happen. So Rabbitohs get this ball out to the 15. First tackle here. You just can't look away. You guys know it's a good game when I'm not even really talking too much to the chat. I'm actually referring to the game and then occasionally going back to the chat over there. So, yeah, if the Roosters can win this game, this will be one of the most impressive wins I've seen considering all their outs right now. So Rabbitohs here get the ball to the 32. It'll be second tackle now. Kolomatangi back to Cook and Cook gets it off to Burgess. No, Mitchell's not off. He just... They haven't really had the ball in the first 4 minutes here. So Rabbitohs now at the 40. Fourth tackle gets it off here to... Oh, jeez, Warrior Hargraves. He wants blood. He wants to try and get a play for the Rabbitohs off here, I reckon. I reckon he's going to try and get a play for the Rabbitohs down. But goes there, and now the Roosters will get the ball here at the 10. Only 5 minutes is gone. I know, only 5 minutes, second half is gone here. So Roosters now will get this ball to the 15. Hey, oh yeah, Kieran does go off to the Super League 2. A couple players here for the Roosters will be leaving at season's end. Lodge doesn't have a contract yet either. Second tackle now, right inside, but I think the Roosters probably do, but they can't actually because they won't have the money for him. It's going to be second tackle now for the Roosters at the 30. Third tackle, sorry, Lodge. And Lodge runs his ball up to the 40. It's a good run there by the Flog. Feels like 15, mate. This game just keeps on going and going and going. These players are going to be exhausted by the end of this game. Right-hand side here, Sam Walker on 4 tackle. I disagree with that call. They had 3-on-2 on the right-hand side. The ball will bounce nicely here for the Roosters, to be honest with you. But the Rabbitohs bring this ball out to the 25. Latrell Mitchell with a great run. Great run. Shui says, Roosters, please win. Well, they're down by 4. Long way to go here. Second tackle to the Rabbitohs. You can't call anything this game. What a run by Campbell Graham. What a run by Campbell Graham against the offload by Alex Johnston. That's a 40-metre play. That's a 40-metre play, that. That's a 40, 30-metre play that by the Rabbitohs. That was fantastic. So Rabbitohs are at the 40. It probably should have been a 6 again there for the Rabbitohs, to be honest with you. So Rabbitohs now third tackle, get this ball to the 33. What a run, all balls. Mate, fantastic run there by Campbell Graham. Off it goes here. Off it goes again to Ilias. Ilias here. Oh, cut down. Didn't have the numbers out back, so backed himself in. You got to like that from your half. Taking a nice little run there. Rabbitohs here. Walker over the top here. Justin! Try it over the Rabbitohs! 16-80 with the kids to come. Right side for the Rabbitohs. That's a great pass by Cody Walker. That is a great pass by Cody Walker and makes it 16-8 here. With 33.5 minutes to go here of the game. Oh boy. Rabbitohs are starting to get on top here, but this is what happens when you have all those players injured and all those players out here for the Roosters. This is what happens. And that was poor defense from Momorowski. But Momorowski's not normally the winger. Usually that would be Suwali. But obviously Suwali had to go to the fullback because I don't even know where... Has Kevin Nguama come back? Has Kevin Nguama come back? By the way, AJ double there. That's his second try of the day. Has Kevin Nguama come back? Malcolm says Roosters defense asleep. Yeah, but I don't even know if Nguama has come back. So Johnson on 166 tries. He is now only about 46 tries away from being the all-time highest try scorer. Yes, he's back. Oh, there he is. He's back. 2 minutes of this most brutal game ever. Mate, you can't get more brutal than this in rugby league. You just can't. You just can't. Justin Sutton's out. Our whole backline's gone at the moment. Hudson is the most useless guy to ever play for us. So bad, gonna be harder for us to come back. It is, but it's not game over just yet, Sundo. It's not game over just yet, but you know, it's gonna be incredibly tough for you to come back here, absolutely. Yeah, JG, try the 80s, mate. Yeah, you're not wrong. But in the same sense, a lot of people here weren't around then. Obviously, you turned 60 in the 80s, so you definitely got to see a good couple of years there. Good 10 years of that. First hand, but Latrell here from the sideline. Oh, beautiful kick. That's just an absolutely phenomenal kick. So he's gotten all 3 of his kicks so far. 18-8 with 13 minutes to go. Sundo, I don't know why he's hard. There's still a long way to go here, mate. With this game's been crazy so far, I could definitely see a comeback still. Long way to go, man. Long way to go. Brian Roberts says Mitchell with a golden boot. Justin Cat says, yeah, but we see how quick momentum shifted in the first half. Anyone's game still. Absolutely, Justin, that's what I'm saying. Absolutely, Tukowski, that's what I'm saying. This game could still go either way here, man. Long way to go here. Adam Kingston, I'm a Chooks fan, but I don't have much faith. Well, you got to be a better fan than that, though, mate. Yeah, you got to be a better fan than that. Come on, you got to believe in your team. If you start not believing in your team, they're not going to win shit. Oh, my God. This is going to be a lodge sin bin. Here. This is going to be a lodge sin bin. It's a biffo! It's a biffo! Biff! Oh my God. Lodge might get sent here. Lodge may get sent here. This is the game if he gets sent off. If he gets sent off, this is the game. If he gets sent off here, this is the game. Team Morris Johnson becomes the first player to score 30 tries 2 times. Yeah. Back to back. 30 tries back to back, Terry. Not 2 times. Back to back. All right. Lodge is going. I think Lodge might go here. Let's see here. Oh, he does slip. I don't actually know if he does hit him. He doesn't actually hit him. It shouldn't even be a penalty. It shouldn't even be a penalty. It shouldn't even be a penalty, to be honest with you, man. Nah, it shouldn't even be a penalty. It looked bad, but it shouldn't even be a penalty, that. Tristan Vay says, up the Roosters, we never lose faith till the game's done. I like it. I think Nigel says, Roosters fan, but since AJ's a Rabbit, I'm supporting AJ, PNG own. What do you mean, Roosters fan, but I'm supporting AJ for the Rabbitohs? You're a Roosters fan, man. This is the biggest rivalry in the game. How can you be getting for the Rabbitohs here because AJ? So Rabbitohs, you're a Rabbitohs fan then. You're not a Roosters fan. Alright, so first tackle with the Rabbitohs. 10 minutes gone in the second half for you guys. 30 minutes to go. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new around here. We're on our way to 20,000. We hit 19,000 last night. We're super close to 19,100 already. Hit that big old subscribe button. But Nichols now. Third tackle gets his ball to the halfway line. I'm a Storm fan, but I support Kippaxross. So right hand side now. 6 again here with the Rabbitohs. Oh man, this is going to be hard for the Roosters to come back from. Alex, how does a Tigers fan have more faith than a Roosters fan? Yeah, I know what the Roosters are capable of, man. I know what they're capable of. There's no way. We had a lot of cocky Roosters fans early in the game. I'm surprised that everything's changed now just because it's only a 10-point game. So second tackle now for the Rabbitohs. They give it off to Walker. Walker here to Arrow. And Arrow got taken down 33 metres out. Sebastian says that's not how rivalries work, guys. It's not how sport works. What's happened here? What's happened here? Alright, so Bird just gets hit by Lodge. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that one. And nothing wrong with that. Nah, nothing's wrong with that. It's not a penalty. It's not a penalty. Must be hard being a Roosters fan. Must be hard being a Roosters fan, Tommy. Hargraves has done nothing wrong there, G. What did Hargraves do? He didn't do anything wrong here. What? What? What's happening? On reporting out of the bin. What did he do? What did Warrior Hargraves do? He's off to the bin. What did he do? What did he do, though? Oh, man. He does kind of shove his head in the ground. Yeah, he does head slam him. He does. It's the right call. He does head slam him. Yeah, that's tough, man. Oh, man. And Tom has to go off too. His head's been slammed there. I didn't see that originally. That is a sin bin. That he has got his arm and slammed his head into the back of the ground. If the Roosters... I'd go for the 2 here, Rabbitohs. If I'm the Rabbitohs, I'd go for the 2, make it 20-8. I'm making it a 12-point game. If I'm the Rabbitohs, I'll take this as a 12-point game. I think that's a smart decision there. That's a smart decision. Oh, Ruby She's has gifted 1 membership. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get the 1 gifted membership? You have to be subscribed if you want to get a membership, guys. And Ruby She's just donated 1 membership. Let's see who does get it. So hit that subscribe button if you want to have a chance to get that membership. Right inside of the Rabbitohs, Ilias taken down to the 18. It's going to be 3rd tackle of the Rabbitohs. Oh, Zembai with the membership. Oh, they're saying Crusher here. Thank you very much, Already She's Reading, for the membership, and Zempai, you better be thanking Already She's Reading as well. Hera says, go Rabbitohs, and from Papua New Guinea, but that's what the bunnies get around Papua New Guinea. We all love Papua New Guinea in Australia, but this might be a penalty here to the Rabbitohs. Let's have a look here and see if it's... Oh, man. Oh, man. I was speaking to Cal before, Jay. He's out right now. Oh, bit of a biffo. Bit of a biffo between Butcher and Cody Walker. Mate, this game is just insane. I honestly think this is the best game that Rugby League has ever put up. I think it's the best game. I think this is really the best game. I think this is better than Roosters Tigers. It might not finish as good because the Rabbitohs may pull away with this, but it's just unbelievable. The biffo is just unbelievable. If this game blows out, we're getting a full-on punch on, I reckon. Yeah, like when... I don't know if you guys remember this back in like maybe 2014 or even earlier maybe. Oh no, it might have been 14 in Origin. And Darren Lockyer, Queensland had lost game 3 but won the series, right? And the last moment, Queensland's got a penalty and they lost that game, but they were like, you know what, let's just flog them, right? So Lockie kicks that ball up in the air and we all knew what was happening. Whoever caught that ball was getting smashed and all the Queenslanders just came and flogged him. It was incredible. That's what could happen in this game if it does happen like that. Fifth tackle over the Rabbitohs. They're 5 metres out of the line. Fifth tackle in, so there was no penalty, by the way. So fifth tackle now 3 metres out. Rabbitohs here. Damien Cook, left-hand side. Up a man. They give it off here. Walker kicks it through. Try time for the Rabbitohs. Jai Arrow. And that could be the game, folks. That could be the game. There's a long way to go, but the Rabbitohs now might be able to pull away with this one. Yeah, Kurt Gidley. That was the one, Daz. So 22-80. The Rabbitohs with 28.5 minutes to go of the elimination final. The Roosters are crumbling. The Roosters are crumbling in 2022. Oh, man. South in again. The game is not over, but damn, it's going to be tough here for the Roosters to come back from. Steve Jenkins says, bye-bye, Roosters, you little punks. G. Ransell says, Walker all day. Oh, man. Oh, man, we might have to update. The Roosters is going very soon here, guys, the way this one's going. Blaze's bye to the Roosters. Sebastian says, now it's really time to become concerned. Yeah, now is when you start to get a little bit concerned. So that's 25. It's a bit early to call game. I think Roosters scored 2 quick tries in 5 minutes. Yeah, but you've also got to remember, the Roosters have no one on the bench and a player in the bin for the next 10 minutes. So it's like, whilst, yes, you're right, the Roosters have a man in the bin for the next 10 minutes, have just conceded a try, and have no one on the bench for the rest of the game. Tedesco's not coming back. Crichton's not coming back. Daniel Tupou's not coming back. And we've also seen Buddy players here, there, and everywhere going. There's other players who haven't come back. The Roosters have no one on the bench. The Roosters have no one on the bench. They've already had to utilise their 18th man option. They need a miracle to come back from here. They need a miracle. And a miracle could happen. You know, I don't necessarily believe it is game over. But it's going to be very, very difficult for the... he got the kick just. Jeez, he nearly missed that. But he's 4 from 4 here for the Rabbitohs. He's 4 from 4 here. Adam Bradley just Chooks have already booked Barley. Mate, welcome to Barley, baby. Don't worry, we're already there. We're already there. Malcolm, it's not over. Seeing teams come back from this. Oh, absolutely, Malcolm. That's what I'm saying. It's not over. But it's really tough. It's going to be really tough to come back from this one. Give me 1 second here. All right. Steve-O Jenkins says, when are next week's games? Or what are next week's games? So the Eels will be taking on the Raiders at CommBank, and the Sharks will be taking on right now the Rabbitohs. Whoever wins this game... Oh! Knock on Rabbitohs! Knock on Rabbitohs! Bit of biffo, but knock on Rabbitohs. And here's the Roosters' chance. Oh my God. There's the chance here for the Roosters. Ilias will knock the ball on, and this is the Roosters' opportunity right now. Brendan Westling, as the Roosters fan, is not happy. He says dog shots and running their little mouths. That's all the South Scrubs are. I tell you, this is going to fuel that rivalry even more, man. This rivalry is going to be fueled even more from that. Adam Bradley says he did a hunt. Oh, or you could say he did Jermaine Sarko. Z25 says Titans booked Barley for after the grand final. They were undefeated. Exactly right. Z25, exactly right. So the Roosters, you can't give up here. You can't give up on the Roosters. There's no guarantee it's game over with a long way to go. It's 3 converted tries the difference. Right inside here, Hudson. He'll be taken out of the 10. I'm not a big fan of the old Hudson playing centre. I'm not a big fan of Hudson in general, to be honest with you. Verrills now, left hand side to Lodge. Lodge hit, nearly knocked that ball on, but he's still going here. And they're going to be 5 metres out of the line, second tackle. Sachin Kelson says no room for error now for the Chooks. They need to score here. They absolutely have to score here. Verrills off to Takiaho. Takiaho off to Kiri. Kiri crunching the tackle. Goes Egan Butcher. Egan Butcher gets absolutely annihilated in the tackle there. So Roosters now 10 metres out. Right inside here. Kiri. Kiri! Oh! 4 metres out from the line, 4 tackle. Remember, the Roosters are down a man. Why is it the team that's down a man seems to be playing the better in this game? Left hand side. Walker. Walker offloads it to... Connor Watson. Connor Watson's still going here. Connor Watson's still going here. Taking another 10. Fit tackle here. Fit tackle now for the Roosters. It's do or die, really. You got to score something soon. Kiri can get through. Draw down the Roosters. Draw down the Roosters. Matt Butcher. Boom, 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 boom. Not out of it yet, baby. They are not out of it yet. The Roosters will score. And do not go anywhere, folks. 24-12 with the kick to come. And the team who's had the player in the bin all game has been the better team. Wow. The Rabbitohs had 2 players in the bin. They score. The Roosters already had a player in the bin. They scored. Again, the Roosters have another player in the bin. And they score again. Bang. Butcher brings the Roosters back in the game. Rowan says, let's go. Brighton says, Butcher, bang, bang. Jadabel says, just tuned in. I thought the Roosters would be winning by now. You have missed out on an absolutely unbelievable game if you're only just tuning in now. This is the best game of footy I've ever watched. This is the best game of rugby league that I've ever watched. 25 minutes to go. There is still some drama left in this game. You're absolutely right, I'll read what she's reading. So Sam Walker here to convert and make it a 10-point game. Sam Walker here to make this one. Those missed kicks might be the decider. Yeah. And he will... Oh, it's not an easy kick. It's not a good kick, but he gets it. Not a good kick, but he gets it. So, 24-14. 10-point game. This is very similar to what was last week, but the opposite side, where the Roosters were leading like 24-14. The Rabbitohs were able to come back but not win that game. Could the same thing happen here with the Roosters? Come back but not win this game. Cracking weekend of NRL. Cracking weekend, mate. We're only in the first week of the finals. Unbelievable. I'll read what she's reading. Says Sam Walker really sweating on those missed kicks. Yeah, the missed kicks, they'd be 24-18 right now. It'll be 1 converted try game. It would be a 1 converted try game. Sam Walker had got his conversions. One of them was very tough, though. The other one was very easy, though. So realistically, it should be 24-16. All right. So Roosters, Matt Lodge. Bolsky brings the ball back to the 15. With his huge run. Sebastian Gomez says, best game of rugby league I've ever seen. I've seen this year. This is brilliant. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, tell me a better game than this. Roosters Tigers, maybe 2010, but I still think this is better right now. It just comes down to, if it finishes off like that Roosters Tigers, it'll be hands down. You know, Origin Game 3 was similar, but I think this is better than Origin Game 3. I think this is better, and I didn't even have an investment in this. Obviously, I'm a Queensland fan, so I had an investment in that. With this one, I don't have an investment. So Thomas Burgess failed HIA. Burgess will not be coming back here for the Rabbitohs. Wow. There is just so many players going down here. Sharks are loving this. Roosters, Sammy Verrills, right-hand side, gives it up to Walker, and Walker kicks this one into the corner. Jeez, you got to remember, it is only 2 tries the difference right now. The Roosters are still down a man. Boy, oh boy. Somebody says, less players, definitely not stopping one team in particular from winning. Second tackled here for the Rabbitohs. It's actually hell on him out. Isaac Nigel says, great weekend of NRL Finals, mate. Unbelievable. Was Benji Marshall a Tiger in 2010? Yes. Was he? Yes. Yeah. Benji Marshall was still at the Tigers in 2010. Yep. They got to the prelims, the Tigers. They got to the prelims and then lost. Because that was the Sean Kenny Dowell intercept for the Tigers to get done. You can hear the East chant in the crowd right now. 22.5 minutes to go. Most brutal game this weekend. Absolutely. Sharks are loving it. So up it goes here for the Rabbitohs. Yesterday, it's going to be a 7-tackle set. No, stupid from the Rabbitohs. They're choking up a little bit here. The Roosters are going to get another opportunity here. 7-tackle set. That was a silly kick there from the Rabbitohs. And now the Roosters will get the ball to the 28. First tackle. 0 tackle, sorry. Sione Cattell Luis is coming to Roosters. NBA editors have never seen so much action. Yeah, there's not been a single bit of this game that's been like slow or a break. There's not been a single bit of break in this game. Left hand side now for Watson, and Watson will get this ball to the 50. Ilias is doing his best to screw this up. Yeah, that Ilias out in the full really screwed the Rabbitohs pretty significantly. Deary me. Amelia K says, hi, hello Amelia, how you doing? So third tackle now for the Roosters, 40 metres out, right hand side here. Steps back onto the inside, now they're at 30 metres out. Tristan faces those who are hating on my Roosters, easy to talk when you are up, keep the same energy. Yeah, well, it is what it is, man. You know, if you were in the same position, you'd be doing it to the Rabbitohs, I'd say. It's all part of the game, man. Fifth tackle, now to 20. Left-hand side, Sammy Verrills. Walker here. He kicks it through. It's a good kick there for Walker. Oh, but they will get out. It'll be 1 metre out. They're in their own little area, though. They're only 1 metre out from their own in-goal. The Rabbitohs have to have a big attacking set here to get out of their area. 10 metres out, second tackle. Damien Cook what's he doing off right now? The semi-finals as it stands, guys. The Eels will be taking on the Raiders and the Sharks will be taking on the Rabbitohs. That's as it stands. So Kid says, how long? There is still 21 minutes to go here of the game. Koloamatangi gets the offload away. Oh, 6 again. 6. No, wow, 4th tackle. Latrell's going off here. Be careful not to get penalised. Darzimi says, Roosters need Warrior Hargraves to get under Trell or Koski and have them throw the game. Yeah, Malcolm says Roosters playing tough. They are playing tough. You got to respect this, mate. You got to respect this. So the Rabbitohs now from 41 minutes out. Elias puts that ball up there, and the Roosters will get the ball to the 10. Now, guys, 20 minutes to go here of the elimination final. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new around here. Let's get to 150 likes. Come on, how many people we got watching? We've got 140 people watching right now. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. First tackle now for the Roosters. It's going to be Butcher. Oh, high tackle nearly, you'd argue. Yep, high tackle. It's going to be a high tackle here, Penalty Roosters. Penalty Roosters, here they come. Stage 25 says, could be a commentator's curse. He from You Sure Bonnies fans are loving. I don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, so that's going to be a high tackle here against the Rabbitohs, and the Roosters get a penalty. So okay, there's been no part what is boring. There's not been a single part of this game that's been boring at all. No way. So Warrior Hargraves is about to come on. Just don't forget, guys, the last 10 minutes, the Roosters have been down a man. They've been down a man. So Warrior Hargraves is about to come back out. The Roosters played better down a man than they did with the 13 on 13. But now it's 13 on 13 here. And Radley comes to the 30. Don't forget that Hargraves had a fresh 10 minutes as well. So he'll come out ready to rock and roll. And here he is. He'll win his ball to the 25, 23. Third tackle now for the Roosters. It's going to be Sam Verrills. Goes left-hand side here. Off to Radley. Radley into Kiri. Oh, man. I thought the ball was going out further out back. On knock on here against the Roosters. I think... Oh, Biffo! Radley comes running in. The Biffo. The Biff. Radley is just rocketed in there. Victor could get sin bin here, lads. Victor could get sin bin because a lot of the referees don't like players running in like that. There's going to be... Radley's gone to the bin. There's going to be 2 players in the bin here. There's going to be 2 players in the bin here. Hiss, huss, huss. Exactly right, David Dillon. Huss, huss, hiss, huss, huss, huss. Come on, here we go. There's going to be 2 bins here, guys. How many bins is that? 6 or 7 bins today? Is that 6 or 7 bins here? So Radley's going to go here, and somebody from the Rabbitohs goes. Bailey says, bro, Radley. Sense of what a game. This is the best game I've ever seen. Best game I've ever seen. Best game I've ever seen. It's beats the Roosters Tigers 2010. This is the best game I've ever seen. So 24-12 into the Rabbitohs, 19 minutes to go here. We're going to see a Rabbitoh get sent to the bin, and we're going to see a Rooster go to the bin. So it's going to be Tavia Totola. Tavia Totola will go to the bin with Radley. It'll be 12 on 12. A knock on. Taking it out of my hands here. You're going to go to the bin. He's in the bin. Tavia Totola goes to the bin. So Tavia Totola will be the first in the bin, and Radley will be the next. Jake McDonald says no strikes through him. It's not the point, though. So the point is that you can't have players running in like that. I think this is a penalty to the Roosters they're calling. Yeah, Radley's about to go here. Here he goes. Here he goes. Here he goes! Alex Totola ran in as well. He did the exact same thing as Radley, effectively. So 10, the bin never both. So both those guys won't come back till 9 minutes to go. I'm pretty certain the Roosters have been given a penalty here. I'm pretty certain that the referee's given a penalty to the Roosters here. Or has he called it as a knock-on? There's still 20 minutes to go, lads. There's a penalty to the Roosters! Oh my God! The Roosters have received a penalty here. The Roosters have received a penalty. Alright, here we go. This is incredible. 11 minutes out here. Roosters and Rabbitohs 12 on 12. The Roosters get this ball to the 5. Second tackle now. James Johnson coming Rabbits bring it back. Jeez, this is wild. Second tackle here. Verrills, Sakiri, Hutchison. Oh, 3 minutes out of the line. Third tackle. Can someone please go for Matt Lodge in these bits? Yeah. So third tackle over the Roosters. Verrills. He gives it back to Takiaho. I would say it should have been 6 again there for the Roosters. 6 again for the Roosters. There you go. It will be 6 again for the Roosters. 6 again for the Roosters here. Roosters. Yes, I'm all over the shot right now. Right hand side here. Suwali 5 meters out. Jeez, we're getting a good sleep tonight, folks. Second tackle, and Suwali gets taken back to the 10. Wow, good tackle there by the Rabbitohs. I don't even know who that is for the Rabbitohs, but Cody Walker's the other one. Left-hand side here, Takiaho to Butcher. Butcher to Kiri here to Egan Butcher. And he'll get taken down 8 meters out from the line. 17 sin bins is here, 6 of them in this match. Wild. Right-hand side now, Warrior Hargraves. Hargraves now. He gets the ball offloaded into Takiaho. Takiaho here. He's still going here, Takiaho. He'll get taken down at the 10-9 maybe. Oh, it doesn't think the Roosters are going to screw around and win this game. That'd be a crazy win. Kiri left that side here to Warrior Hargraves. Close to a forward pass there. Be fit tackle now. Fit tackle for the Roosters. They're 4 meters out here from the line. They're going to go knock on! Knock on for the Roosters. Knock on for the Roosters. Have they challenged? Is there any challenges? I don't think we've had a challenge yet. Are they going to challenge it? Shit, I don't know. 17 minutes to go. Would you challenge this? I would say... No way would you challenge that. No way would you challenge that. Daz, mate, just drop the link to BKRmy Sport USA, guys. We'll be up at 3 a.m. doing all the NFL games. So if you want to watch the American sport tomorrow, 3 a.m., BKRmy Sport USA. Daz, mate, just drop that link right there. But 17 minutes to go, that'll be a knock on for Warrior Hargraves. That's huge. If they score there, wow, game on. Tristan faces up the Roosters. Mate, this is giving you guys hope still. I know it's a knock on for the Roosters, but this game still provides a lot of hope for the Roosters here. Like, the ball's like the best game of the year. Mate, I think this is the best game I've ever seen, let alone, the year. Oh, I thought the ball was coming back in the end goal there for the Rabbitohs. This is the best game I've ever seen, mate, let alone the year. This is the best game. I'm doing red zone, Justin. I'm doing red zone. Alright, so Rabbitohs here at the 10, so that means I'll be watching all the games at once. Sits on bench, comes back, and Muppets are forward. Alright, so Rabbitohs here at the 5. They give this ball off here to Tass. And Tass is going to get this ball out to the 11, to the 10. Good tackle there by the Roosters. Good. They're not home yet, the Rabbitohs, guys. They are not home yet. 6 sin bins, 5 injuries, 5 fights. What else would you want, mate? Ridiculously crazy. So second tackle in for the Rabbitohs. They're 15 metres out. Right-hand side, close to a forward pass there. But you're going to need someone like a Latrell Mitchell to keep the energy up in this game. Jairo comes off. Also, don't forget the Roosters have no one on the bench right now. They have no one on the bench right now. Well, Jay, you might get a field goal if we see the Roosters miss a conversion. And then it would be 25-18 or something like that. That'd be wild. This game's giving me goosebumps. Yeah, it has the entire game. I haven't had a single bit of break in this entire game. Rabbitohs put that ball up in the air. The Roosters will get this ball here at the 10. It should be Suwali bringing it back now. And Suwali brings it back to the 20, to the 25. Good run back there from Suwali. Oh, but the Rabbitohs are going to take him back. They're going to take him back. But well done, Kevin Aguama, who gets it, keeps him at the 23. Kavis Klein needs to be sacked. No. So right-hand side now for the Roosters. Normally, yes, but just not this game. Second tackled here for the Roosters there. Third, 28 minutes out. That was a good tackle there from the Rabbitohs. Right-hand side here. And Mike Ross gives it to Hutchinson. Hutchinson's been poor today for me. Hutchinson's been so poor. Today. Verrills gives it off to Lodge. Lodge gives it back to Kiri. Oh, high tackle! Bimbo! This might be a sin bin! This might be a sin bin! Oh, I don't know if it's a sin bin, but if you're going to be consistent, it could be a sin bin. Milne could be off here. I think Tane Milne's going to be going to the bin here. Opportunity hit him low. Oh, he's off for 10! He's off for 10! 7 sin bins in this game. 7 sin bins in this game. This is just insane. This is sudden death. Rabbitohs are down to 11 players on the field. Roosters are at 12. The Roosters are down by 10. They got the penalty there, 35 metres out. This is going to be a wild last 15 minutes here, guys. Holy shit. It's the party in the sin bin. Is there the biggest party on the bloody Australia in the sin bin right now? They celebrate Australia Day in there? My God. So 23 metres out. This game is just stupid. It's unbelievable. Let's start Suwali! Oh, 10 metres out. Oh, my God. So 10 metres out in right now. Gives it off to Kiri. Kiri to Lodge. Lodge here to Takiao. Takiao to Walker. Walker himself. Gives it off to Hutchinson. Hutchinson on the inside. Slammed in the tackle. Taking out 8 metres out. Cody Walker. That was a good defense. 4 tackle now. Left hand side. Takiao. That's offside. It's 6v6 again. It's 6v6 again. He didn't get back. They didn't call it. Left hand side here. Verrills. Verrills here to Walker. Walker here to Kiri. Kiri himself. Over to Tapia. Nguama. Oh, defense. Defense. Jamie Dawes and I got extra time finishes last night. I heard, last night was just wild too, mate. 93rd minute, 45-metre field goal of Val Holmes. And the Cowboys tied up in the last 20 seconds of the game. Like, this final series is just probably one of the best final series we've ever watched so far. Oh, man. Oh, are they going to penalise you? Yeah. This defense, unbelievable. Had to pass that ball there, Nguama. If he didn't have to come inside to catch the ball and he caught it on the run or he caught it on the sideline, he probably scores there. They're going to say it's fine. They're going to say accidental here. 13.5 minutes to go. 13.5 minutes to go. My God. Don't forget, there's still 13.5 minutes to go here. Guys, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Justin DeGaz says, what time are you at right now, Blaze? Trying to sync up the stream to my TV. 13:34, 13:33, 32, 31, 30. Malcolm says, no Suwali try because he knows he was 450. Oh, yeah, exactly right. So Rabbitohs now, they're 15 metres out. Second tackle. You can't say Suwali's been bad here today, though. Oh, my God. So Rabbitohs now, they get the ball to the 25. Blake says, I like your content. Appreciate you, dude. We're here for every finals game. And we'll be, buddy, oh, man. Big week coming up as well. 4 minutes to go of Radley Sin. Then Rabbitohs taken down at the 35. Close to a high tackle there, too, to be honest with you. Macapaka says, Drew Hutchinson, bless him, must be the most underwhelming replacement for Joey Manu. Joey Manu play. Ah! This is going to be a sin bin, Matt Lodge. He's an idiot. Oh, they're not going to call it. That was past the horizontal. That's at least a penalty. That's at least a penalty for the Rabbitohs. How is that not past the horizontal? That's wild. If you're a Rabbitohs fan, you should be angry at that. That was past the horizontal. But the Roosters now, they bring it out to the 35. That's crazy how that wasn't past the horizontal. That's crazy how they said that wasn't even a penalty, let alone... Oh, wow. How is this not past the horizontal? How is that not past the horizontal? I've seen way less penalised than that. Third tackle here at the 50. 12 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in the game. Left-hand side now to Takiao. Takiao gets it up to Connor Watson. Watson taking down the 45. Dustin says lodge the grub. Ref is tired. The ref would be tired, mate. So Roosters now right-hand side to Kiri. Kiri here to Suaalii. They got numbers here. Should have passed the ball though, Suaalii. Should have passed the ball. They're at the 30 now. They're at the 30. Hudson gives it off here to Kiri, and Kiri puts that ball up in the air. He puts the bomb up. The Roosters chasing it through. Latrell slam the tackle. He's going to go in Golia. Oh, taken down to the 1. It was good defense there from the Roosters, though, to keep them there. Knock on. It's a knock on. It's a knock on. The Roosters are going to get a fresh set of 6, 10 metres out. The Roosters are going to have a fresh set. They're going to challenge this here, the Rabbitohs. I think it might have been a knock on here. They're going challenges here, the Rabbitohs. It's a huge challenge. If it's successful, they'll be 1 metre out. If it's unsuccessful, the Roosters will get a fresh set of 6, 10 metres out. I think he knocks the ball on. Let's have a look here. He's still fine now. Oh, hang on a second. Verrills is about to get in. Oh, Verrills is about to get binned here. He might be gone here, Verrills. He's come in and hit. He's definitely knocked the ball on there. He's definitely knocked the ball on here. Loose carry from Latrell Mitchell. What? What? There's an elbow to the head. Bunker. Was there no elbow to the head? So the unsuccessful challenge to the Rabbitohs, how is this not an elbow to the head from Sammy Verrills? How is that not an elbow to the head from Sammy Verrills? What on earth? How is that not a penalty Rabbitohs? That's absolutely a penalty Rabbitohs there. That is blatantly a penalty Rabbitohs. Ref's trying to make this a close game here. Ref's trying to get the Roosters back in this game because that's an elbow to the head there. Considering how crazy this game's been, you're going to call that as an elbow to the head? That's ridiculous. Tristan faces, you can't blame Suaalii. He's been on the wing majority of the season. Half of him to get out of that winger mindset. Fair enough. Roosters now. 10 metres out, guys. 11.5 minutes to go. This is the best game I've ever watched. Best game I've ever watched NBA. It's not even close to anybody else. I think this shit's on every other game. It's been the best game I've ever watched. Lodge here. Gets the ball offloaded here to Verrills. Verrills to Kiri. Kiri here. They had the numbers galore at the left-hand side. Remember, they're up a man here. They are up a man right now. Second tackle, Verrills. Left-hand side here. Oh, it's a knock-on. It's a knock-on. Roosters, what are you doing going short side? You have a man advantage, but that's karma. Because it should have been a penalty to the Rabbitohs. It should have been a penalty to the Rabbitohs. As if you go short side in that situation. When you have a man advantage, you spread it, bro. You spread it. That's a ridiculous call there. That's a ridiculous call there. That's a ridiculous call from the Roosters to do that. You go big side there. You don't go short side. Bright Papa says, forward, get that up, your latte lover. Big Papa says, but doesn't help when his mental been pushing for him to play fullback over Teddy. Yeah. Satan Kelson's karma at its finest. Blonde Ray says they really want the Roosters to catch up. They do. They really do. I don't know if they want the Roosters to win, but they want it to be a very, just on the edge game. It still is on the edge game. I still feel the Roosters will score, but I just don't know if they're going to be able to score enough to win. So Rabbitohs here, second tackle at the 20. By the way, if you're a Sharks fan, you would be obsessed with this game. You'd be loving this game because this is helping your chances out next week. After a 93-minute slugfest last night, you needed a game like this. Injuries, suspensions, bloody exhaustion, physicality, brutality. Sharks fans, you'd be loving this. Fourth tackle now, 38 metres out. Justin Tukowski, ref wants the Roosters to win. Lager takes the rest one golden point. Yeah, fair enough. Left-hand side now. Rabbitohs with the ball. Latrell Mitchell. Mitchell gives it off here to Tass. Tass into Johnson. Johnson for the game. He gets on the inside. Oh, it's going to be a knock on there from... Not Plater, maybe? No, Plater. Panthers wouldn't care about this game. Jordan Panthers on the other side of the game. On the side. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, fair. No, you're right. Because Panthers are on this side. You are right. They're going to challenge this here, the Roosters. I don't know if you can say that he played at this. If this touches his hands, they'll say it was a knock-on, but I don't think he's played at this. So, does he? I don't think it's played at. I think this is going to be Roosters' ball. This. They might... I don't think he plays at that. Yeah, I don't think he... I think this will be successful here with the Roosters. Roosters' ball. Yep. Yeah, no, it's the right call. It's the right call. So it's not going to be played up there. Now, guys, we have 9.5 minutes to go here. Let's get to 150 likes. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. It's going to be a crazy final series. We'll be doing something tomorrow, reviewing finals and whatnot. Plus, we'll do tipping video on Tuesday. Right now, I've tipped this, but, geez, I don't care if I get the tip wrong. It's just been that incredible. Yeah, Panthers play win of Sharks vs Rabbits Roosters. No, you're right. It's just that this game, bro, you got to know I'm exhausted. Like, this has been an exhausting game commentating, man. Left-hand side. Anyone involved with this game? Oh, Roosters here. It's more to the 30. Like, my mind will be frazzled. Knock on Roosters. Rabbitohs get the ball here at the 30. Knock on Roosters. Wow. The Roosters will need a lot to go their way now. So Totola and Radley will come back on the field. Grad says, 5th time watching NRL simultaneously. Mate, you've tuned in for a good one here. First tackle now, 25 metres out. Remember, guys, whoever wins this plays the Sharks in an elimination final next week. Whoever loses is out, is gone. Second tackle now. They're 13 metres out, right-hand side. Murray gives it off here. Oh, chance of the Rabbitohs to seal it. Oh, so close, 5 metres out. Arrow. Third tackle now, Totola. The Rabbitohs are still down a man. The Roosters defense is all over the shop. The game is over! And the Rabbitohs are going into the semi-finals. The Rabbitohs will go into the semi-finals. They will knock the Roosters out in the elimination final. And that is game over. Wow. They're down a man. Every team who's been down a man in this game has scored. The Roosters went down a man first up and scored. The Rabbitohs then went down 2 men and scored. Then the Roosters went down another man. They scored. Then the Rabbitohs went down another man and they've scored. Unbelievable scenes here. What a dummy here. What a dummy. But I tell you what, that right side defense, shocking. How do you have the massive overlap like that there? How do you have it? 7 minutes 46 to go here. That should be game here. The Roosters should be done from there. Oh, man. Bunner Races suck shit. Roosters, Bunker and Klein. Tristan Faces, damn, we're going to give it to the Rabbitohs. Mate, you got to give it to the Rabbitohs here, man. It's been a big old slog, but that Sharks-Rabbitohs game next week is going to be a fantastic game. Flex Storms and Storm and Roosters out week 1. Wow. Yeah! That's crazy to think about. The Storm and Roosters are out week 1. That is absolutely insane to think about. Guys, look at this. Look at what we're about to do here. We have got both the Storm and the Roosters gone. Wowee, that is absolutely insane. It would take a miracle comeback from here. And it's not impossible, but they're not going to score 3 tries in the final 7 minutes here. The Roosters here. But geez, if you missed this game, you missed out on the best game I've ever witnessed in my life. Let's go like that. Let's just try and fix this so it's a little bit more even. And there we go. So let's see if Latrell can get this bad boy up over the goalpost. He's been fantastic today, kicking wise, and he is 5 from 5. 5 from 5 for Latrell Mitchell. He's unbelievable in regards to his kicks today. Tristan Vases, our back line, are going to be dangerous next year with the Cheese coming in as our hookers. But the Cheese hasn't been that great at the Storm this year. But I know how exciting it is. But the Cheese hasn't been unbelievable this year for the Storm. Lucas says, first time Storm and Roosters out, first time in a row. I think this is probably the first time the Storm and Roosters have been out first week ever. I don't know a time that the Storm and Roosters have both gone out in the first week of a finals. I don't know. Look at that, though. How weird does that look? Both the 7 and 8 teams won this week. Now, imagine the Rabbitohs or Raiders beat the Sharks/Shields. Oh, boy. Austin Green says, personally, I think the Rabbits did not deserve this victory. Grubs, that's bullshit. This has been an absolutely unbelievable game, and whoever won deserved it. And the Rabbitohs have been the better of just lasting. Roosters have been admirable in defeat, mate. You can't be Don't get too upset here. Don't be too... Well, you'd be upset that obviously your team gets knocked out, but you got to know, the Rabbits have been very, very good, and the Roosters have been very, very admirable in defeat. Get one of Mickey Mouse's people that only look at the scoreboard are going to think this is a bad game. Oh, man. If you didn't watch this game, I feel so sorry for you. Muhammad Al-Sedi says, weren't the Roosters your dark horse to win the comp? They were, but I tipped the Rabbitohs for this game, so thanks for coming. I got it right anyway. But... Oh, the Rabbitohs are away! The Rabbitohs are away! Murray to seal it! Totola knocking it on. I love when people come in talking shit, but they don't realise I tipped the Rabbitohs for this game. Feel free to eat dick, Muhammad, baby. So first tackle for the Roosters, 13 metres out. First tackle, they go right hand side. Second tackle now at the 25. Second tackle. The Roosters get this ball to the 25. Warrior Hargraves gives it off to... oh, that's a high tackle. That's going to be a send in, maybe mitigating circumstances here. This could be a sin bin here. This could be a sin. By the way, this could screw Cody Walker for next week. Guys, you got to remember, all these sin bins and all these... oh, man. You just got to remember that all these sin bins could lead to suspensions next week. You had to watch it. The highlights won't really do the shake game justice. No way. No way. Yeah, the highlights won't do this game justice. I think this has reinvigorated the rivalry for the non-Rabbitohs and Roosters fans. I think that everyone... it's been a bit stale for a little bit. It's been a bit stale for the Roosters and Rabbitohs lately. So I think that this game has really rejuvenated it for everyone. Walker gets it off to Suali'i. Suali'i! Pass the ball! Pass the ball, Suali'i. 5 minutes to go. 16 points. 5 minutes to go. 10 metres out of the Roosters. They score here. There's a very minuscule opportunity. Right hand side here. Knocked out here so far. It's going to be Hutchison. Momorowski. Drop out. This game has been so good. It's making my internet lag out. Fair enough. Bro, my voice is gone. And you guys know I do this every day. But, like, that's how wild this game is. I can't wait to just kick back after this game. Like... Richard Redden says this whole game is a highlight. Right hand side there, Roosters, 15 minutes out. Momorowski kicks it through. Wow. Zab says, for the highlight reel, do this game any justice, it'd have to be 80 minutes long. Yeah, exactly right. Rabbitohs got on the short kickoff here, which is kind of silly, but alright. So the Roosters now 15 minutes out. You never say never, really. 140 likes, 10 more to go. Guys, come on, let's get 10 more likes to get 150. Come on. Let's get 10 more likes to get 150. We've got over 150 people here, so let's get 10 more thumbs up. Come on, hit that subscribe button. Right-hand side now, Kiri back on the inside. Slammed by Takiyaho at the 10. Still going here. Why'd they go short? I don't know, really. What a first week of finals. Absolutely does, mate. What a first week of finals. Lodge back to Takiyaho. Takiyaho here, Kiri. Sorry, Walker here to Nat Butcher. Third tackle now. They have to score right now. Charlie Johnson's up. That's my team. Mate, you got to be proud of this performance today. Knock on there and the game's over. Knock on there. And the South, they're going to be moving on to the Sharkies next week. The Roosters are going to be gone. Yeah, this was 10 times better than the Sharks. That was a good game. Well, like I was saying, it wasn't actually... It had no oomph in that game until maybe the 60th minute, 50th minute. This game was just fiery from the start. This was fiery from the start. That Sharks-Cowboys game was really lacking in any substance until maybe the 50, 60 minute mark, and then it got hectic. Yeah, the match review committee, the Sharks are going to be making a statement for everyone to get suspended from the Roosters, for the Rabbitohs, sorry. I honestly think if Joey Manu played this game, they win. I'd go out on a limb to say that. Habio says, hello, Habio. Lucas says, wonder how much of a difference mine would have made. Yeah, it's a good question. I honestly think they probably would have won. But then again, how do you know? No, the Rabbitohs have played fantastic footy here. They played fantastic footy. So fifth tackle now at the 45, 2.5 minutes to go in the game. Jai Arrow, you can just see how exhausted everyone is. Oh, man. Blaze, do you reckon Sharks vs Rabbits game will be as intense this game? Not as intense this game, no way. But it will be a good game. It will be a very good game. The man with nothing to lose is Burgess needs to be suspended for taking out Tedesco. Roosters look lost without Tedesco. He will be. Burgess won't play next week. But the Panthers have got a dream run to the final now. Because they'll have to take on the Rabbitohs or the Sharks, and both those teams had just wild games in this final series. The ball will bounce here for the Roosters at the 45 on the Rabbitohs side of the field. The man with nothing to lose says, that's right, get one to make your mouth says, bye-bye, no salary cap team. So Radley right inside to Keary off to Warrior Hargraves. There's a minute and a half to go here until the Roosters and Storm get both knocked out in week 1. What would have the odds been on that? Right hand side here, Walker to Keary. Keary right hand side here, Hutchinson throws it, and that's over the sideline. And there we go. You wouldn't want to be a Roosters fan today, lads. Tough day for Roosters fans. What a semi-final it's going to be, exactly right, NBA. So as it stands here, which will it be? Eels, Raiders, and Sharks, Rabbitohs next week. My God. Who do you want to tip next week? That's a great question. So I won't have to do a punishment this week, guys, because I've got the Rabbitohs here. I won't have to do a punishment. I tip the Panthers and I tip the Panthers and Rabbitohs, but I obviously tip the Sharks and Storm. So I'm 50-50, so I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that considering all three underdogs have won this week. 3 underdogs have won. What a day, what a weekend. The only favourite to win this week was the Panthers. 37 seconds to go here. I'm going to tip the Raiders and the Rabbitohs. I'll tip the Eels and Sharks. To be honest with you. I know that seems funny considering that's what you're going with, but I would tip the Sharks and I would tip the Eels. I think the Eels have got a dream run to that grand final. I think the Eels have got that dream run, baby. So, Roosters, Nangama, he breaks away here. Gets it to the 10. Good on you for giving it your best still. Nangama, take him down at the 18. 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. They're going to play it out here, Connor Watson. And my God, this will be remembered as one of the greatest games you've ever watched. Oh, I can now relax. 30-14 here to the Rabbitohs will be the final score. Oh, man. That was an exhausting game to commentate, lads. What a game. What a game. Glory, South Sydney. South Sydney will be marching on here. Sergeant Kelson, the Warriors fans, has glad to see Lodge packing early, that dog. He will be packing early. He will be off. We'll stick around for about 10 minutes and just kind of go over the game, guys. Obviously, I'm going to have a drink here first, though. Give me 1 second here. Blake says, let's go. Oh, man. Tommy's just Manly robbed. Manly robbed. Yeah, Manly robbed me of any kind of IQ this season. You're absolutely right. Bright Roberts says, where are you, Knowledge? Knowledge was a little bit cocky last night. Oh, no. Adam Valley says, you're going to need more than 10 minutes to go over that game. Oh, man. Oh, butter. Matt Mohammed, keep crying, brother. Oh, man. Tasman says, people that didn't watch the game, clowns, absolutely. Oh, but it's all good, Mohammed. Thanks for tuning in, big fella. We'll see you next time too, eh? Because obviously you love watching the content. Big Brother says, you reckon Blaze, even as a Neil supporter, Cowboys smacked us around last time we played them and wouldn't put it past the Rays to beat us either. I'm going to disagree with you. So I agree that, yes, the Cowboys did get a good game against the Eels the last time they did play them, but I think the Eels have got it in them to play the Panthers in the grand final here. I think the Panthers make the grand final. I think it's going to be an Eels-Panthers game, and I think the Panthers win, but it's going to be an absolutely incredible cracker. It's going to be an absolute cracker of a game there. And, I just feel like the Eels, that's the easier way to go. I don't think they beat the Storm if the Storm had won. And then I don't believe they would have beaten... what's it called? Who's the other game? Who do they play? They go play the Cowboys. I don't know. I just feel like they would have preferred to play, because the Sharks play a completely different style of footy than the Eels. I think the Sharks beat them. I think the Cowboys and Eels are very similar, so it's like a bit of a 50-50 game there. But I'm happy to back the Eels in, considering I believe that player for player, they are more talented. The Cowboys have had a good season this year, but I think that player for player, I'd be taking the Eels there. Somebody says, Roosters fans shouldn't be angry or salty right now. You play with several of your best out of all game. Absolutely. BKRmy says, how come Titans aren't in the finals? That's sad. Oh, bro, we're well and truly over that. Skank says, hope Rabbits are 2 sore next week. It's a good shout, mate, against the Sharkies. That's what I'm saying. The Sharkies would have loved this game. The Sharkies would have absolutely loved this game. NBA is imagine the Roosters were actually in full strength. Oh, no, we can't be talking like that, man. You can't be talking like that. The Roosters gave it their best. The game played out the way it played out, and you just got to give credit to the Rabbitohs where due. Adam Bradley says nothing better than seeing both the Storm and the Roosters losing first week of finals. Yeah, it's not something that we're used to, mate. It's not something that we're used to at all there. Broncos and Tigers, Rob. Yeah, exactly right. G-Red says you should do the Fiji rum anyways. Don't have to do nothing, baby, because I didn't get enough wrong. Let's go. Lion Ball says, yeah, he's just talking shit. My Roosters mate now watching the Fiji and Drool highlights. Why? Oh, we got 150 likes. Good stuff, guys. I appreciate you hitting that thumbs up button and subscribe. I actually do think I'm going to do a bit of a rest. I'm going to be up at 3 a.m. in the morning for the NFL, guys, over on BKR Sport USA. The link to that channel is going to be dropped by one of the moderators right now. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for some big NFL games over there. We're on our way to 500 subscribers on that channel for our American sports. But yeah, we might be doing the Paul Gallen versus Josh and Hodges / Ben Hunt fight this week. We've also potentially got the Bledisloe Cup. It depends. We either do that or the Bledisloe Cup, and then we've got the finals again, man. And then we've got the finals again, which is just going to be absolutely insane. So hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. I need a break, and what a game, man. What a game. I need to rest my voice, eh? I just need to rest my voice. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.